How's it going, everyone? And welcome to a fully hosted episode of No Excuses on YouTube.com with your favorite show hosts, Still.
The corpse of Fenurian.
And we're here to bring you the latest news and games commentary for the week. And it's sort of nice to have all of us together again because, honestly, it's a train wreck whenever Fern's not here to keep us on track.
Yeah, I can't leave you two alone.
It's not safe. We never pretended it was.
So yeah, I'm back after, shenanigans, I guess. We'll get into that in a moment. With first, the shtick.
Yes, the shtick. If you'd like to get involved with the show, you can do so by sending us emails at noexcusesvtw@gmail.com, or you can follow us on the Twitter at noexcusesvtw, or you can join us in our Discord server, which is the best and easiest way to get in contact with the host of the show and other listeners, and you can get there by clicking on the link that will be provided in the show description underneath the show archive on YouTube.
Yes, indeed. So, I'm just trying to just gate myself a little bit here, just to making changes in real time.
Oh dear. Oh no,
Okay.
Fern's gonna die horribly non-stop in the Udenbog. We need to get out of the Udenbog as fast as possible.
Yeah, so
Fine.
this week
It's got the explodey plants.
It's fine.
So yeah, this is a terrible idea, but we're playing Grim Dawn, and because I haven't really been able to do much in the way of Vigi this week, or last week, or the last month, I suppose, I'm way behind. This is my highest level character I currently have. I did have one that was like 57, but I think I deleted it for reasons.
Yeah. I'm trying to remove immediate plant dangers near my portal.
So I'm just going to trail along, mooch experience, and wub. Healing wubs, but wubs.
Turn off the rep quest, and I'm going to turn off tracking for Cleanse the Corruption, because we're not doing that one either.
Yeah. Let's see. Bottle is over there. Alright. So I guess we'll just dive in, and my weeks, plural, have been a experience.
A hot mess.
It's been a hot mess. Oh yeah, that is owie.
Some
They do
serious
that.
business poison.
Yeah,
They do that every time they die.
yeah. I don't. Thankfully, this is a fairly tanky build, so I'm not going to die immediately. But I don't want to do that again.
I, on the other hand, do, even though I'm at the right level. I die in about 2 hits from anything in here.
Yeah. That's right. I can just run around spam sigils and doom bolts. It's fine. Because, doom bolt. Doom bolt is fantastic.
Hopefully you get a lot of EXP for this, Fern. That would be nice.
That would be nice. I think there is a penalty for power leveling, but it's not as harsh as it is in other games.
If not, you can just come along for the adventure.
Yeah, I do understand the concept behind a penalty for power leveling, but in a game where there's really no competition per se, it doesn't really seem like there's much point, especially since all you're really doing is impeding people's ability to play together a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you could probably tell, if you were watching last week, me and Vol kept playing a little bit, and I was still incredibly sick, and so it was a little bit all over the place, and I did not do a very good job mowing the map.
No, we both died quite a bit.
It's fine.
Yeah,
It got messy quickly.
So let's give this guy his spirit. Did
Yep.
that complete for you?
Yes, it did.
Ooh, treasure. So yeah, it's been currently between drunk cowboy fiestas at the moment, and in that time we've been, we have or used to have in this town anyway, an old building. As of this morning, we don't have it anymore. This building is historic, let's just say. We've been using it to store our junk in it, but we used to actually run the taxis out of it. But over the years, and usually simultaneously, it's been like a timber yard, an undertaker, a real estate agent, a lawyer, a plumber, you name it. Everything's been happening through this building, and as such, there's been a lot of junk that's just built up over the years. Some of which is both rather valuable, as it turns out, and in some cases, valuable being historically valuable.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's been going through all of that, finding out what we want to keep, what
There's two kinds of historical variable, though. There's the historical variable in that it actually has value, and there's historical variable in which you have the historical society constantly whining every time you want to sell or get rid of something.
Oh, yeah. Thankfully, our historical society tends to keep very quiet a lot of the time. Until you invite them in which case they will go through everything and start running away with things. But that's how historical societies, yeah, I can't words, generally work. But yeah, there's a few things that are still in there, like namely the big old safe that's in there, which we've managed to whittle its age down to being created sometime between the world wars, and it was part of a major bank heist, we think. And I'm talking classic, bushranger bank heist, which if it's the one I'm thinking of, ended up with a Western style shootout at one of the local pubs, because it was a pub in those days. It's a restaurant these days.
Yeah, people outside of Australia don't seem to really appreciate it, but the Australian outback was at minimum as wild as the Wild West, except everybody involved was a lot tougher.
Yeah. And generally, like the Wild West, you've got the good guys and you've got the bad guys, and they'll fight each other. Nah, everyone in the bushrangers, but they were all bad guys.
Yeah, there are no good guys.
Yeah,
you can cheer for one or another of them, but they're not good guys.
Yeah.
Like people cheer for Ned Kelly, he was definitely not a good guy.
He was seriously not a good guy. But like some of them were there because of they'll push into a circumstance, but that doesn't stop you being a bastard. Still a bastard.
I mean, the same phenomenon does exist in America as has become more and more of a topic in over the past week. But yeah, I remember even when I was in school, we would sing the song at singing time about Jesse James.
Yep. And it's basically the entirety of the Louis L'Amour book library. So yeah. There's been a lot of that sort of history around here, so it's been thought through that. A lot of stuff actually ended up going to a museum. Some big old power tools, like I'm talking industrial steel lathes and things like that, been sent off to be restored. And then we got to
still under your ownership.
No, we actually sold those.
So you sold them? Or? Oh yeah.
Yeah, sold those.
Back to Barrel Home.
So there's someone who's bought them, he's able to restore them and get them functioning again. And then we got to our stuff, which in my case was like a lot of collectibles and a lot of games, PS2 games and stuff. Yeah.
Enter the God Hand.
Enter the God Hand. I found the God Hand. I found a lot of other valuable games as well, so I'm hanging on to those. But yeah, finding God Hand was a breath of sigh of relief, because that game you just cannot find. You guys go. Barrow.
I'm trying to find the dude in the town we gotta talk to. There he is.
Oh, there is a point.
That's right. All right. Drop it here so you can be in range when I turn it in.
Yeah, I also ended up having to assess a couple of collectibles, which I was going to throw into our garage sale, and then as we were pricing them for the garage sale, because I might look up how much this Left 4 Dead figure costs. Oh, that's $250.
Why would somebody pay $250 for a Left 4 Dead figure?
Because, I guess, they want a Left 4 Dead figure. It's one of the zombies too, so yeah. Left 4 Dead, the original Left 4 Dead, not Left 4 Dead 2. Also, the an Assassin's Creed board game, which is still new in box. Apparently, that's worth a couple of $100. I'm pretty sure that's the only game that will pick you up and shake you by the ankles till your wallet falls out, though. Because, Ubisoft.
Isn't that pretty much any game that gets published these days?
Basically, yeah. People wonder. That's the kind of the core behind why people are really getting up and happy about Baldur's Gate 3 is because the game is complete. There is no microtransaction. It's just a finished game.
Well, you say that, and then they release a week 1 patch with more than 1,000 fixes in it.
Yeah. I ran into a couple of those bugs, but nothing that was really game breaking.
Well, you say that, but for all we know, the vast majority of the bugs are things that should have happened but didn't.
Well, yeah. I'm putting a good.
Oh, like you're not going to notice those.
Yeah. Some cases, yeah, but I'm going to give them a little bit of slack on that because they bumped their release window up quite a bit, just so Bethesda wouldn't have their way. Did you guys catch that at all? With Starfield, originally Starfield was scheduled. Let me see, it was early September, round about now-ish, next week. But they pushed the release back a couple of weeks and delayed because, Bethesda. And then they decided, you know what, we're having a head start, an early release head start. And that is going to happen on the day that Baldur's Gate 3 relaunches. Originally. So Larian, instead of competing with that, they just said, we're going to push our launch date forward a month. Just so they're not putting up with that crap.
Burn, you still haven't leveled up.
I have not. I was only just level 47, but we haven't barely killed anything too.
Yeah, he's not getting any quest credits, remember?
Yeah.
Quest credits
I guess
a lot.
I guess we've mostly just been turning in quests. Okay, I'm gonna drop portal here because if you die in here, you can't portal.
Yeah, it's one of the no-no zones.
He's going to get dumped by himself, surrounded by dudes, and it's just going to be a fern gangbang in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why do you say things like that?
Because where you spawn in these things is not always consistent. Okay, we all happen to luck out and spawn at the same spot.
Yes.
So.
Well, maybe this one's different. Some of them seem to be. But
Yeah,
there's a lot of claws and tentacles in here, and they are looking for orifices.
Yes. Also,
So
why?
Let's just mow this little square peninsula here.
That is not where I wanted to put that residual.
Oh, is that your goop?
That big circle of nope is mine, yes.
The purple thing?
Yeah.
Oh goodness, it looks just like the things these guys do.
That happens a lot in this game. Is they reuse especially things like sigils and stuff like that. Floor goo.
All the sigils are chaos powered, and so are all of these guys.
Yeah, and they all look the same.
Oh, found the big one. Big chest.
Ooh, a badge.
There's a big chest over here, Bull.
Yeah, come get the shinies. Alright, so yeah, where was I? So yeah, that's basically been my time over the last week, is just sorting stuff. We ended up having the garage sale yesterday. Didn't sell as much as I expected, but yeah, that's fine. Sold a couple of games.
Yeah. Is there anything cool that you had to suffer to part with?
My copy of Apollo Justice, the original. But that's more just nostalgia talking. That one, it's not really a big loss to lose it.
I don't think that one's particularly hard to find if you really wanted to replace it.
If I really want to replace it, I could probably get it. You can buy the trilogy now anyway with the fresh coat of paint on it. Why is my spirit in the toilet? Yikes.
Have you been leveling up the almighty physique?
I think I has.
Yeah, I've been dumping everything into physique because I keep dying.
Ouch.
Oh, I died. Yeah, don't be near those guys when they die.
They explode.
Yes. I left my portal right next to the portal into
Wait,
the
did
area.
both of you get...
We both got
yes,
loaded, yeah.
there are 2 tombstones. Okay.
So go back to my portal and then jump in the rift.
I will try and survive, but...
And die.
Well, I mean, I can try not to die, but since you guys died, everything in this place is after me now, and I'm just running around. Okay, I think that's most of the shrapnel dealt with.
Yeah. Where'd you go, Ari?
I accidentally made some Chthonian friends that hurt a lot, so I'm trying to kite them.
I'm camping your corpses because things keep coming
Fern,
for me.
take my portal and then jump into the rift.
Ah, right. Yep.
That's why I dropped the portal outside the rift to begin with.
I don't have the rift over there.
Yeah, just
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, as far as gaming has gone, I haven't Again, haven't been able to do much. Been chipping away at Baldur's Gate, and yeah, still enjoying it. I've actually gotten a good chunk of the way into Chapter 2 at last. I know I'm probably behind the main curve, but it's nice to have an old character. Jaheira turns up. Still got that stick up her ass.
Don't melee this thing.
Oh no. This thing's getting the no-no circles. But
They hurt when they die.
there is a little bit of a bit something. How to put it, I suppose. Just in universe, one of the characters meets Jaheira and goes full squee mode because she survived the Balspawn War, and you kind of got a reputation for that. She's also the leader of the Harpers.
90% of the time when there's a legacy character like that and they do a meta squee like that,
Yeah,
there's about a 85% chance it drives me insane.
yeah,
It's very rare they do it right.
yeah. I think they did this one, yeah, okay. Because it's a character who is prone just to being randomly excited about the stupidest things sometimes.
How much y'all got left to mow the lawn here?
But, so yeah, I've actually managed to recruit Jaheira.
areas, so.
I don't know what it is with this game though. It is filling up my camp with layabout useless druids. You get one in Chapter 1, you do one quest with him, and then he just hangs around in your camp.
Implying there's any other kind of unwashed hippie.
I know, right? Well, this one turns into a bear. But yeah, I did the whole intro quest, and everything went sideways because I did that quest, I guess, through the main plot route rather than trying to divert things, and everything goes badly. And Jaheira says, "Okay, fine, I'm going to go help you out and come to your camp and join your party." But yeah, she's now just hanging around the camp. She won't join the party yet, but she's just there. So yeah, it's just great. I'm collecting useless druids. They do apparently join your party properly eventually, but it's just like, why? I could really use a heal bot right now. Come on. Get in the damn party. But yeah, beyond that, I'm enjoying it. You can... Thankfully, it doesn't really keep banging the romance drum. Once you shut down a character, they stop it. So you just say no to them once, and that's it. Which is, yeah, again, just as well, because romance plots like that in video games tend to be awful. Almost universally.
They're typically obnoxious, and they don't resemble romance in the slightest.
Yeah.
They
resemble
flings.
They resemble the writer's conception of romance, which tells you what a messed up life a lot of these people lead.
Yeah, that's at best it resembles the writer's one. Otherwise it is the committee's view on romance, which is worse.
Okay, thankfully this is just mostly a big straight line, except for the very end.
Yeah.
This place looks hospitable.
Ah, bug! On my butt. I have butt bugs.
Gross.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, that's bad.
Ow. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Something there threw goop on the ground, and there was a lot of it, and it hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta mow the grass over here.
What else did I do? I'm drawing. I haven't watched a whole lot of anime. I just kept on chipping away at the vending machine one because I'm I suppose at this point. It's still not great. It's just kind of there.
You know,
You're watching it for something to do.
Basically, I'm watching it there to something to fall asleep to. That's half the time when I'm watching anime. I'm laying in bed and just, trying to shut the brain off. That's the best thing I can really say about that anime is it is an anime.
Just all that you can really say about a lot of what's going on this season.
Yeah.
I'm not being terribly impressed by it.
It is.
That's
just
not
an anime.
It's not significantly different to most recent seasons, but it's still a bit frustrating that there's nothing really engaging to watch.
Yeah,
when,
nothing
when
really.
Devil is
jumps at me.
When the Devil is a part-timer, season 2, part 2 is the most interesting thing I've seen. we've
Not
got a
Devil is a
problem.
part-timer. That one's actually good. Well, season 1 was good. Season 2 was kind of eh.
No, season 2 was good, but the problem is that's the highest caliber show I've seen. It's the only one that made me click on it to go, okay, yeah, I'll get caught up on that.
Yeah.
But that's largely because you're already invested.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also Jujutsu Kaisen, but I haven't started that one yet because, it's
It
shut.
seems to have stopped for a couple weeks. I haven't seen a new episode go up. But yeah, I'm still enjoying Bungo Stray Dogs though. The current season.
I really need to catch up on that because
Like,
Bungo
it's-
gets heavy.
Well, it's a very consistent, contiguous story at this point. Like they've been running what is essentially the Decay of Angels arc for several seasons now, and so it's just sort of nice having a continuous story that is a story being told, and we're not going to apologize for that sort of thing. That's not they haven't it's because there's no author insert character. It's also not like bogged down by wish fulfillment. Like the point of view protagonist from early on, Atsushi is like he gets teabagged by basically everybody in every fight. So you don't have to worry about him ending up being a Mary Sue or anything.
Yeah. It's like everyone wants to kill the were-tiger.
I must flee.
Yeah.
And I survived the fire. I am made of it after all. Yes,
Yes.
I'll just stand in the fire. It's fine.
Ooh, you dropped a purple.
Purples.
Ah, lucky for some.
That's okay. I think these might be your purples. Yeah, these are your purples. Here you go.
Where are you? Oh.
Back up here.
Health Woods. I think I already have those. Yeah, I do. I've already got a copy of them.
Okay.
Hey, you want some pants?
The healing pants.
No, they're lightning fire damage pants.
I'm more vitality chaos, I think, at the moment.
No, I meant for Vol. There you go. Take a look at those.
Okay, more pants then.
More
Let's
pants.
see if these are different to the pants I'm currently wearing. Fire 49, burn 42. Improvement only to skills that I don't have. That's fire 35, burn 33. Honestly, it's about even. I think I
Alright.
might use those because I can equip them now. And my current pants are green from level 30. So
Yikes.
So, I'm gonna go through this portal to turn on a checkpoint, and I'll come right back through it.
I sort of
comes when we
clicked
get the
on it.
checkpoint as well.
It's okay. Just don't click on my portal by accident. Drop it over here.
Okay.
And just click on the one that's not in the big circle altar thing.
Back to the butt. Alright. We go this way.
Wait, I'm supposed to click on the what now?
Hang on, I'll come back out. The circular portal that is not inside the altar circle thing outside. This one.
Sorry.
Okay, you made it. You forget.
Wait, that guy wasn't the boss? I thought he was the boss.
There's a boss.
Oh, he was. Is there another boss here? Well, you haven't been this far, Fern, so
Yeah.
there might be another boss all the way.
Yeah.
Although I think it just opens up. I think he was the boss for this area. It's
I feel that I should be
mostly-
generating more light for my environs than I actually am.
Because you are Mr. Fire.
I'm a walking torch, and yet it doesn't appear to cast any light.
No, it doesn't. Really weird.
Wait, who's this guy? Apparently he's our friend.
Apparently,
He
yeah.
was the dude. He was the dude we were doing quests for in Homestead and at the Fort Icon.
Oh, him.
Oh, is he the guy that tried to summon that thing?
Yeah.
He was
No.
the one helping us fight the dudes that were summoning
Elgin.
Summon.
No, but it's like at the end of the main campaign, he tries to open a portal or something, doesn't he? Or is it somebody
and
else?
gets-
I think that was somebody else.
I'm still carrying around
He's-
your frying pan.
Oh boy, where do they all come from all of a suddenly?
The floor.
Floor seems dangerous.
Floor is lava.
Okay, this gets a little screwy, so we got to do some lawn mowing.
So yeah, I haven't even done anything in Final Fantasy because the last couple of weeks have just. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Right. Well, I've been pretty busy myself at work. Not necessarily with anything unusual, but on the upside, the Ministry for Primary Industries has stopped requiring me to report every presumptive salmonella, so now I don't have to start hyperventilating every time I see a black colony on a plate.
Oh, good.
Which is good.
You can actually go and confirm it before you have to report it?
The less I have to deal with the Ministry, the better.
Yes.
It's the short version. Like, nobody likes having to report to the government about anything. Or if they do, there's something seriously wrong with them.
Or their plans for the government.
Well, then they don't really have any feelings about it one way or another, but...
Then it's their job to lie to you.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'm glad to see the back of that little policy, but, oh my goodness, where did those guys come from?
Oh, goodness, I gotta get out of there.
Oh, no.
There's a lot of dudes.
That has to be my 4th empowered slime bolter. But yeah, I haven't done much gaming myself this week. But a lot of that has been that my time has mostly been sunk into Blue Archive this week because the new segment of the story dropped, and I'm very much enjoying it. Like they're tying all of the plot threads together nicely and resolving a lot of the character things. I really enjoyed it. I mean, as far as events go, the Conquest of Atrahasis event is, let's just say it has an awful lot more moving parts to it than the average Pinecone story event does.
Yeah, on the plus side, if you are diligent with your erosion nodes, that's a good chunk of EXP.
EXP. Well, I suppose. Goodness knows you never have enough.
Yeah, I haven't leveled up my dudes in like 1.5 levels. I've been OUT out.
Oh, I haven't leveled up my guys in like 35 levels for a lot of them because I just can't.
I just mean like the 5 I use the most of a mixed.
Oh no, I don't. I never keep anybody up to date. Like I level people up when I can't pass a level. That's my rationale because I just don't have any EXP to distribute.
Yeah.
But
okay. Sufficiently mowed. Are you sufficiently mowed aside from those two little things?
I think we are sufficiently mowed. We just got to go up that north end.
Oh, there's the boss. Oh no, that's goodness.
I might have made a mistake.
I am error.
I'm now rooted in place.
I am trying to catch them. I am not doing a very good job.
Oh, he doesn't like me.
Oh, those things do damage when they die too. They don't hurt as bad as the humanoid dudes, but they still hurt.
They do a little bang. Yeah.
They go pop.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the way that they're bringing all the miscellaneous story threads together, and it's just sort of, you know, climactic scene after climactic scene. You can really tell that it's getting towards the end of their primary arc. But yeah, it's just sort of fun seeing the way the characters have developed. Like if you think about game development chapter 1, essentially the antagonist of the game development club chapter 1 is Yuka, but now she's sort of like graduated to overprotective big sister to the games development club.
Yeah.
Despite being, you know, their primary antagonist.
Well, everybody at Millennium kind of graduated to overprotective big sister when a certain little marshmallow became involved with the club.
Yeah, they really pull out the stops to make you like her.
She gets her big hype moment in this chapter of the story.
Yeah, it's a great scene. I also really like how they sort of properly fleshed out the rivalry between Rio and Himari, because most of the time Himari basically communicates her personality as being sort of like an annoying brat a lot of the time, but like basically she's outrageously self-aggrandizing. Like she's got an incredibly high opinion of herself.
She's
but
the most beautiful genius that definitely doesn't smell like sewer water.
But by contrast, in this one you get to see that, well, realistically she's the sort of the negative image of Rio, because Rio is sort of like she perceives herself to be an important and self-sacrificing individual who is, while she shares the trait with Himari of thinking that she's always right, she doesn't value herself at all and basically sees every situation in life as a trolley problem.
Yeah, she has a very it's not the perfect wording for it, but it's she does what she thinks needs to be done, and she's going to do it come hell or high water. And
she's got a very sort of like modernist utilitarian approach to everything, whereas Himari, by contrast, is incredibly self-aggrandizing, has an incredibly high opinion of herself, thinks she's just a wonderful person, but she's also extremely empathetic for others. Although she seems to do her best to hide it a lot of the time. Or maybe you just can't hear it over the noise of her praising herself. But she is actually very sensitive to the feelings of others, and doesn't really rubbish anybody who she doesn't see as an equal. Which is why she's so happy to bully Rio wherever possible. Because, you know, Rio is her equal intellectually. But, you know, she sees Rio as like sort of has a defective view of the world because she doesn't perceive other people in their relationships. She just sees resources. So yeah, they sort of she gives a sort of a verbal smackdown to Rio, and then has to be talked down by Hanako.
It is clearly just a security bot. I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, and it's just sort of like it's very anime-esque, but it's a very nice coming together of the plot threads that we've seen so far. And I just like the way that it's all put together. All right, what are we gonna get?
Thonians.
Oh no 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 no.
Oh no no.
No 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 no. Ooh, a trench coat.
I might be getting a bit short on space at this point. I don't know about you.
Where is the...
I'm barely picking anything up.
Oh, so it nerfs your loot as well.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't have the bags because he hasn't finished all the quests.
I've got 3 bags.
Yeah, he's missing bags.
I'm missing bags.
Okay, let's go back to the Coven. And then
No, I'm just not worrying about it because I can't use anything anyway.
Coven pit stop. Go vendor crap.
Yeah, I've not been angsting over much about the mechanics of the thing because of the event, because realistically I'm not diligent enough to really maximize my benefits from it, since I don't do refreshes, since everything is ultimately about refreshes. Ooh, can I actually use that? Is that actually good? No, it's not. There's no fire damage on it. What is this bull? What's the point of having 2 ranks in flame touched if there's no fire damage on it? Completely unacceptable. Who would do this? But yeah, I'm really enjoying the story. I'm really enjoying the way it's put together. I like I've enjoyed it more than I've enjoyed most anime in recent seasons, and more than I've enjoyed most stories and most games I've played recently, with Final Fantasy 14 being accepted because the level of polish there is a bit profound. But it's just a really, really well put together story, provided that it being, anime bullshit isn't going to be enough to offend you. Then I think that it's a really great story. And I'm sort of impressed at the cohesiveness of it overall, where I sort of expected them to start dropping the things that they were juggling eventually. They've managed to keep on top of it really well. There is the odd loose story thread here and there, but by and large, everything has been filled out real well. And some of the flashbacks that I've seen so far in the story, this chapter, look like they're actually flash forwards to things that haven't happened yet. So, yeah. I'm sort of interested to see where that all goes. Crap, I accidentally deposited everything in the wrong tab, like a genius.
I'm waiting back by my portal in the field when y'all get here.
Oh, it might be a while. I've got a lot of loot to go through.
Yeah.
And all of it's quite mediocre, so it's hard to determine whether or not it's any good.
I had all trash.
Let's just sell all the greens. I think I might sell all the greens.
Yeah. Blue Archive does a very good job with its hype moments and just being anime bullshit.
Yeah, they really play it up effectively when it's time to just like, oh, we need to go loud on this one. Like this needs to be a hype moment. They pull out all the stops, and everything becomes 100% anime, on a very sort of high emotional level. So they've done a great job with the building those moments. And since this is sort of the climactic arc for the entire first part of the story, like this is the Temple of Time sequence for Blue Archive, basically, where everybody has to come together and make everything not be terrible forever. They've really cashed in on it, and it's paying off really well. And I think they've done a great job of putting this chapter together so far. Don't know exactly how it's going to end. I mean, we all know it's going to end with a big raid battle, because obviously. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it will all pan out. How that more about how they will actually tell it, how they will communicate what it is that they want to communicate. There's a lot of a lot of stuff in there that I think is going to be a bit unpalatable to certain audiences if they read it without sort of thinking carefully, or it will be unpalatable if they do think carefully, one or the other.
Yeah.
Since a lot of the sort of the themes are kind of an indictment of modern culture in a lot of ways. There's a lot of the sort of like the directly communicated morals of the story are often things along the lines of like, well, there's like an explicit monologue where the student council president of the General Student Council straight up says, "Oh, your experiences in life don't matter. It's the decisions you actually make that matter." Which is sort of, that's hard against modern culture, where it's like, "Oh, well, you're just a victim of your circumstances. You're innocent of all wrongdoing, no matter what your circumstances are, because you're just a product of whatever's happened around you. You don't have any say in it." Like, that attitude that is so pervades modern culture is like explicitly decried by characters.
Yeah, well, the whole, even if they don't realize it, the whole broader theme of learning to take responsibility is something that is just unpalatable to a lot of modern ideologies, we'll say. It's always they got to blame somebody else or something else or their circumstances or they culture or they was born that way, and just any excuse they can come up with not to take accountability for their own actions. And Blue Archive Story is the opposite of that. The polar opposite of that in theming, and they're not subtle about it at all.
Yeah, which is sort of interesting to see, really, since I just don't expect to see that from modern media. because modern media for like the past 10 or 20 years has all been about, oh well, sympathize with the bad guy because it's not their fault. And
Yeah.
I don't really appreciate that way of thinking. Like this, no. Ultimately, they still made the decisions that got them to where they are. It's not a matter of whether they had a bad start in life or not. They still chose to do the things that they did. They still had power to decide one way or another, and what they chose was to do what they knew was wrong.
Yeah.
And that's like the big flaw in a lot of modern writing, where the emphasis has been always in modern times to present a situation where, oh well, you can see the villain's point of view, as though just because the villain has a point of view that makes it values neutral, when it doesn't. It doesn't. The point of the sort of the heroic narrative is that you're supposed to do what is right and what is just, even if the opponent has a point.
Yeah.
Which is why you don't get that many stories of like people taking the heroic right path anymore. Like that sort of thing is downplayed a lot these days, and stories in the modern era like to offer you a lot of like Sophie's choice situations, or you know, things where there are two wrong answers and you have to pick whichever one you like, and that sort of thing. Like that's not aspirational at all. You can't come away from that feeling like you've benefited from the experience. It's just the story that somebody else is telling. It doesn't become a part of you the way a good story should.
Yeah, it's all good and well to give motivation to your villains and make sure the audience understands why they're doing stuff.
Yeah, a pointless mustache twirling villain is no good, but the fact that they are a villain doesn't change even if they have a reason for being a villain.
Yeah, the reason you do that is to then go after you do that, you go, and this is why they're still wrong.
Yeah, this is where they went wrong.
There's a lot of dudes chewing on me.
Are they? Okay. Yeah, you play
Yeah,
with
I don't know where you are, so I can't help.
You're in a way.
It's okay, I've been playing hit and run.
Oh my goodness, green stuff.
Oh, green. Swordies. So, yeah, you can have occasionally, depending on the setting anyway, as long as it fits, is you can have the moustache twirling villain. They can be a villain just for the sake of being a villain.
Well, yeah, we're talking about stories that are trying to present the villains as characters.
Yeah.
Not devices.
Yeah, well, the thing is, in a game with a decent story, if you've got the moustache twirler, they're usually not the final villain.
Yeah, they're usually some sort of puppet or something like that. But
or just the local monster of the week for whatever story you're trying to tell. Like there are circumstances in which going overboard with telling a story about a villain is not necessarily worth your time. Like the for instance, I feel like it's one of the major weaknesses of Tito Kubo is his insistence on giving every single character a backstory when he's got just too many characters to begin with. And then he ends up wasting a lot of runtime on telling the stories about characters he introduced 5 minutes ago and is going to kill 5 minutes from now.
Here is the sad backstory of Faceless Mook number 23.
Yeah, especially when you got a super long runner like Bleach. That's just going to be making characters just to get rid of them.
But yeah, what I'm more talking about is the tendency for the story to act as though like moral ambiguity is just the norm and everything is shades of grey. Realistically, in the real world, everything is not shades of grey. Everybody will tell you that, but that just shows that they never got past being a second-year college student. Everything is not shades of grey. A shade of grey is something that you get when you haven't analysed the detail to find out which squares are black and which ones are white. Like there's an entire philosophical discipline of ethics devoted to examining these questions, and if it were enough to say everything is a shade of grey, that wouldn't exist.
Oh, it's even worse than that. It's even worse than the way you're describing it, because they have in the DSM-5 black and white thinking, in air quotes, as a symptom of ill mental health.
No, that's because they need to eliminate the idea that a person can be wrong. in the modern era. Like,
We got some
no,
grass to go down here.
no DSM-5.
I know.
You know, the one that nobody credits because it's clearly under political influence and not associated with the discipline which is supposed to produce the DSM at all. But yeah, it's I don't appreciate the sort of the crass simplification that everything is a shade of grey, therefore. And honestly, I think it shows that the sort of the decline in the quality of writing generally that I think is throughout a lot of media at the moment, where everybody is trying to chase trends rather than actually, tell enduring stories. I think that it is more important to tell an enduring story, one that resonates with the soul, than it is to tell one that is trendy. But not being trendy doesn't make any money, so...
Yeah. Honestly,
Well, it's if you... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, honestly, it also closes off one of my favorite storytelling devices, which is the villain's redemption. But yeah, they can be sympathetic, and then you need to have a point where, okay, well, this is where they went wrong. This is why they were wrong.
To bring it back to Blue Arc, yeah, they can still... You can still do that if the villain is clearly in the wrong and bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did that with Mika.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did. And the thing you have to do is have the villain realize just how wrong they were and accept fully what they did was 100% wrong.
Yeah. And
try to atone for it.
Try to fix their mistakes.
Yeah. And it can't go too easy for them either. Got any dynamite? Okay.
You guys find dynamite? Did y'all find a dynamite chest over there?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was following the murder train.
It wasn't. It was mediocre for me as well.
Yeah.
It dropped a bleed damage ring for me.
I got 2 miscellaneous greens and a bunch of iron.
I got a suspicious chunk of brains.
Ew. But yeah, so basically, I think that what Blue Archive is doing right is not really remarkable in any real sense, but it harkens back to a type of storytelling that is sort of like become less and less popular over time as people have preferred sensationalism.
Yeah,
it's about being sensational rather than telling a story that is one that can be interpreted as having a sort of a generally applicable moral to it, as opposed to, everything is specific to an individual circumstances, therefore.
It's highlighted in the way you're talking about, I think, pretty good with Gematria and Sensei's interactions with them. And that Gematria is always in the wrong, just because of the methods they use.
Yeah. Well, because they're entirely results focused, they don't care about their methods at all. They are end justifies the means, the club.
Yeah, and Sensei, when he confronts them, every single time says, "No, you're not going to do this. It's wrong. They're my students. I agreed to take responsibility for them and make sure they're safe. So you can go jump off a bridge. Watch me fix it."
I mean, because you're the protagonist, you actually do get to be successful at fixing it. But yeah, they've always got their agenda, and they've always got that sort of, the offer of the devil taking Christ to the mountaintop and offering him all the kingdoms of the world. They've always got that in their back pocket, ready to pull out at a moment's notice. But the making the correct moral choice is what the story is basically about. It's like, it's not enough. Like, the overriding theme and under most circumstances is that it's just not enough to have the right outcome. It's just not enough it's not enough to accomplish the right outcome. And more than that, if you go into your endeavor with the attitude that it is enough to accomplish the right outcome, then everything will go pear-shaped, because you haven't taken into account the fact that you are not perfect, and that your planning will not be perfect, and that everything is going to be more complicated than you expected, because you weren't really taking things seriously. You were just seeing a vision in your mind of the way things ought to go. And that's the Achilles heel of most of the antagonists in...
Oh, I died.
Don't die.
in Blue Archive is simply the delusion that they were in control just because they had planned carefully, and they believed that their stance was more just than their opponents, for whatever their particular framing of justice is in that sense. But yeah, I'm really liking how they've managed to sort of marry together the constant, like they never let up on the comedy either. Like it's always there in the background of the fact that this is all kind of silly, and silly things are happening.
You missed the best part about the last chapter.
What do you mean I missed the best part?
Hibiki and her new outfits, and she somehow carries all this cloth onto the ancient super ship, and she can make all the flight attendant outfits.
Well, I mean that's her thing though. But she's not up there. She's not up there with them. But she was part of the investigation team that were looking for the Ark, and so they decided that we've got the spaceship now, right? Although opinions are highly divided on whether it counts as an intergalactic battleship or not. So obviously, they need bridge crew uniforms.
Obviously,
you can't not have them after all.
This involves miniskirts, scarves, and the standard flight attendant fare that goes with it. Oh, this is not good. This is awful.
Where are you? Oh, you came in by a different entrance. I was waiting where you came in last time.
There are like 3 heroes and 2 bosses in that pack, by the way.
Oh,
why are there?
Most unpleasant.
Oh no, and they're all very fast.
All right, I'm still fighting over here, so I'll join you when I can get away.
I would avoid this mess. I would try to avoid this mess, Fern. It's
oh my! Have we even done any damage yet?
Okay, I think the heroes are dead.
The boss still seems to have about 95% health.
Oh, that's because I was working on the 2 hero bugs.
But the boss just healed to full, so.
Oh, he might have little. Oh, these are goblin dudes. They heal.
Oh, get the dogs. Get them. Whoop, that hurt.
Okay, one of them's dead.
Yep. Okay.
Other one's dead.
He's chasing me, so come on, come this way. No, he stopped.
I think he's chewing on me. It's chewing on me, and I'm stuck.
Okay. Ooh, treasure.
Yeah, I'm
Where's
sorry.
my corpse?
Story was great. It ends on a cliffhanger, obviously, because there's still one more chapter to go, which is kind of frustrating. But I mean, that was the way where they told us well ahead of time they were going to tell the story in 3 chapters, and these were the dates they were going to deploy them. So it's not quite as bad as like when Avalon Lafay came out in Japan, and they would just release a segment of the story and be like, "Yeah, we're going to release more of the story, but we don't know when and we don't know how much."
Oh, great.
Oh, that was very close.
Careful.
Stuff explodes when it dies. It makes me explode. I'm a melee class, so I get to catch all the exploding explosions and dots.
Although this thing seems to have bugged and stuck in a wall, so I'm just going to stand here and just smack it till it falls over.
I very much enjoyed also that the Gourmet Research Club managed to find a way onto the battleship.
Just because?
Well, they wanted to find out if eating food in space was different.
Huh.
So, yeah, this is part of their quest to experience gastronomy. But of course, as per every single one of their capers, they went and kidnapped Fuka first. Because apparently that's just the done thing, and she seems to more or less be used to it at this point. She mostly just delivers flat looks to them now, rather than actually trying to escape.
Yeah, it's like, at this point, she's as much an honorary member of that club as Hifumi is for the Abydos girls.
Oops.
Oh, did you get whopped?
I got whopped.
Oh, I'm about to get whopped.
Yeah, the the sort of fanworks community tends to ship Fuka and Haruna a lot simply because Haruna can't seem to do without Fuka. It's like anytime Fuka's not around, Haruna will kidnap her and drag her into whatever she's doing.
I have not mowed the south yet.
Dynamite chest. Do I have any dynamite? Yes, I've got some dynamite.
Yeah, for dynamite.
Oh, I'm coming.
That is a really sad chest.
Yeah,
Like,
it had a
really
brain-
sad.
It had a
wish I
brain
had
matter
brain.
in it.
Oh, that is.
I don't have a brain.
Okay. Y'all all mowed up before we leave?
No.
No,
The south is black for me.
a little bit south,
Okay.
and I think I've still got a little bit of north, but I think you guys already done up there.
Well, we were all spawning in different locations, so everybody's map mowing is going to be a little different.
Yeah.
Oh my, oh my, oh my. Many friends, left side, even side.
Ooh, what's down here? Nothing.
Nothing. Big old nothing.
All right, make sure you mow the map of the rift because these things are a pain in the butt to mow, and then we'll head out and we can get out of the rift.
Is this just a one-tier rift?
Yeah, this is just a one-off rift. There's a quest item we picked up in here from one of the dudes that you can get it.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that there's not another tier down below or something, because there often seems to be.
Oh wait, yeah, it is a 2-tier one. Never mind. I'll pull up the map for the second tier. I forgot about this part.
Oh, I'm getting bad lag.
Yeah, it is starting to get a little bit off, isn't it?
Hang on.
Yeah, that might just be the game kind of chugging out.
I think these Chthonian rifts in general cause problems because whenever we went in one when Vol was hosting, it gave me shoes as well.
Yeah, so maybe.
That was much worse than the usual lag shoes.
Well, it seems like different rules apply here system-wise than elsewhere in the game.
Yeah. Oh no.
Make friends.
Let me out. Let me out.
Man, I seriously need to rebuild my devotions for Ghoul, because I need the self-heal. So I just keep splattering every time I get hit. More than like once. I need to be able to restore in between hits.
Need to not go squish.
But, yeah, I don't really have much to say about the event mechanically, since it's a, it's a gacha game event, and the mechanics are relatively simple, although when I say relatively simple, it's still got a ridiculous number of moving parts compared to the average event, since you've got got your conquest, you've got your hidden treasures, you've got your bases, you've got your analysis nodes, you've got your battle nodes, you've got your erosions, you've got your large scale erosions, you've got lots of different moving parts. I think I bought like one thing from the shop because I keep blowing my resources on other things.
Yeah,
Sure, it's a good thing that it's a relatively long event, because it's going to take forever for me to get anything out of the shop at this rate.
Aside from doing the analysis you need to get the next key item for whatever sector I'm on, I've pretty much exclusively just cared about the erosion mechanic, because it gives you XP. And the rest of the mechanics are like, oh, I'll get to that later.
Oh my.
It's a
He
bug.
just spawned and then whopped me for half my health. Hardly civil.
Oh, I gotta retreat.
Alright, got him.
Oh, there's scoop on the ground. Okay, let's do the quest.
Oh, well, that was easy.
Why are we helping those jackasses?
Because
Aren't they for killing?
yeah, but they give us rep with the cannibals if we help them.
Can we then kill them and get rid with the people who like us killing Chthonians?
Maybe. I don't know. Oh, did it drop us in another random spot again? That's right.
Yeah.
Those stupid rifts. I hate those
They
rifts.
do that.
That's a lie. I don't hate the rifts. They offer a bit of spice to gameplay, which is nice, but
Well, they
Man.
also offer a lot of faction-specific units, all in close proximity to each other.
yeah.
So if farming is your jam, then the rifts are a good place to do it if you want Chthonian rep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm too far from the fat thing. There we go. There should be a quest girl on the other side of this goop.
I think I'm just going to keep dumping points into my second class until such time as I've maxed it out, because I need the stats. I need the raw stats.
I need more physique. Always need more physique.
Yeah, I've started dumping a lot of points into physique, but it's still not quite enough.
I might have to read it. So long since I played this character, I don't know.
Your name is Baconator.
Damn right.
Well, he said he names everything after sandwiches, so...
I name everything after various types of sandwich.
Do you have watercress?
Why would I use watercress on any sort of sandwich?
Well, because it's the grossest sandwich.
It is the grossest sandwich.
I've never had one, but I hear that they're the grossest sandwich.
It's like a cucumber sandwich. It's just like a sandwich with water in it. Why would you do that?
What you doing, Fern?
Just assigning some points.
Okay. I'll wait.
Start pushing.
Wait for you.
My solution is dump everything into passive.
Okay. I should really do that and just finish off a cultist.
You still don't have your class maxed?
Nah. I mean, pushing my skills upwards rather than just the class.
It is so nice to actually be able to do damage to ethereal bullshit.
Yeah.
Because my Arcanist is all arcane damage. Or aether damage.
Yeah.
So all this green crap, I do no damage to it.
So what do you normally do when you get to a lengthy section like this? Just cry?
I have my secondary class is Inquisitor, and I have a lot of points in Stormbox of Elegoth, the lightning dot.
So you just like run around doing Stormbox over and over again?
Yeah, I throw Stormbox on crap, and then just use
Run
the
away.
stupid movement thing. Yeah, use the stupid hop on the talisman to just keep on moving. Okay, let's we've got some lawn to mow this way.
Yep. This is Bober.
This city's a maze, by the way, so
Yeah. I'd have expected it would be.
Serial
We-
sections are my least favourite. I much prefer the rifts.
Right. Anything else for your week, Paul?
I'm
I'm just going through here.
trying to think if there's anything that I've seen in anime that has been to me remarkable, but it really hasn't.
Actually, have you kept up with Helk?
I have.
Yeah.
It's still silly, and I don't really know exactly where they're going or if they will resolve anything in the runtime they have left. Yeah, I'm still enjoying it because it is very silly, and but in a way that is sort of like, how do I say? It's the silliness that emerges from sort of like people behaving logically for their own context rather than just like arbitrary slapstick. So it's like, well, I mean, Helk does Helk things because Helk is Helk, and of course Helk would do those things. It's just the fact that everybody around them doesn't have his logic on the world because, well, they're not him, and they don't come from his context. So
Let's go this way
everything
first
is
before we
kind of ridiculous.
got one more spot to go to before we go into main city.
I've watched the first couple of episodes, and I've enjoyed those, but it's not like in the usual sorts of situation where like the character causing problems is some kind of idiot. Because Helk is not an idiot.
No, in
He's
fact,
just-
he's pretty superlative as far as human specimens go.
Yes. It's just
But,
he's just kind of outside the logic of everyone else.
But after that second episode, if you've watched a couple of episodes, after that second episode, the plot starts to thicken rather rapidly.
This way.
Because you get more and more information about... You don't get a lot of specific information about more... You don't really get much more information about who exactly Helk is and why exactly he's been sort of disenfranchised from the rest of humanity. But you do get a lot more sort of like... The plot thickens pretty dramatically as to, oh well, the situation here is not really a conventional humanity versus demons situation anymore. The things have changed and the stakes have moved, and this is very much it's very much a reversal of fortunes that's still being viewed by the humans as though it's not. Like in this case, the humanity has very clearly become sort of like the marauding, interloping force that everybody should be afraid of. And but the reasons for that and how it got that way, why it's that way, what is actually going on, none of that is clear yet. It's just like, well, they keep sort of like upping the sort of level of extremeness of the threat at this point. And Helk and Vermilio have more or less been moved off on their own kind of basically they're off on a field trip while everybody else is dealing with the consequences, and this is basically an exercise in Vermilio trying to come to terms with the fact that her wariness of Helk is just about her preconceptions, and they're not unreasonable preconceptions, and even Helk would admit that, but the situation is a lot more dire than anybody seems to be aware of.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on in the background of what looks like a slapstick story.
Yeah. So I actually left off at the end of episode 2, and you really have kind of a bit of a tonal shift at that point. Because like the first 2 episodes, it's like Helk is doing Helk things and Vermilio's having an aneurysm, and that's basically it. And then they start dropping the plot right at the end of episode 2. So I'm interested to see where it goes.
Yeah, Vermilio is a very orthodox straight man archetype, but I really like her for that. Like, I feel like she's done quite well in quite an entertaining fashion, because she's the straight man, and she's also like a demon general, but she's also has a lot of shades of the overly put upon middle manager.
Yeah.
That is responsible for dealing with a whole bunch of bullcrap being perpetrated both by her immediate colleagues and superiors as well as her subordinates, and she's sort of caught in the middle, doesn't really know what to make of it all, because she's got all these responsibilities and she's got all of this power, but it doesn't seem to matter how she deploys it. It's not going to make any difference. Everybody's still going to be a complete clown.
She's just got to work around everyone's crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it's good crap or bad crap, like, because
Yes.
Helk's crap is usually good crap. Well, in most contexts anyway. But it's also significantly outside of the expected procedure.
Yes.
What's this blacksmith special deal?
I don't know. He's on fire. Why is he on fire? At least I can sell up that something, right?
That is something.
Goodness knows I've got enough junk floating around at this point. Oh no, I can't sell up. What am I doing? This is
No,
not a
he's
selling guy. This is a
He is.
blacksmith. He's a crafting
He's
guy.
a crafting guy, but...
I was thinking blacksmith in Diablo, where the blacksmith in Diablo can also buy and sell.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't swap anything out that I didn't want to.
It's good.
Is all of my gear still rational?
Have blight? I don't have blight. I need to go get
Oh,
I have blight.
he's the
Blight.
way to exchange crafting materials in this expansion.
I have
Like the
blight,
one-
but I don't have the ingredients for blight, so I can't make you blight.
That's okay.
I can maybe make you a blight. Give me a sec. Let me go back to the blacksmith.
I probably do have the material myself, but I just don't have the recipe.
I almost definitely have it. What is it?
I don't have I don't have the recipe to make the ingredients either.
What's blight? Is it a relic or a
it's a-
thing slot in your weapon?
Relic. Transcendent relic, I believe.
Okay, blight.
Blight needs corruption and terror.
Yeah.
I've got corruption, but I don't have terror.
Yeah.
Terror is another tier 2 relic
I need
that
to make
requires
Death Chill, and I need to make
a bloody whetstone. That's a problem.
What's a bloody whetstone?
Oh, hang on, make sure it's the right one.
I need to go back to my stash for that.
I haven't allocated my devotion points. I don't remember what I was working on, actually.
The bloody whetstone costs 12 chthonic seals of binding, plus other high-level components. Yeah. Blight is quite the crafting project if you want to get that one.
Yeah, to make Scourge, I need to kind of build my way up to it.
Yeah, you also need void touched ammo and glacier. Glacier's not that bad, I don't think.
Yeah, void touch damage. It's like
Alright, I was doing
just roiling blood.
Okay, that's easy.
Did I finish Jackal? Did I finish Jackal? I don't know. No, I didn't finish Jackal. Okay, let's finish Jackal.
Oh, right, I get devotion points on this character. This character's devotions aren't maxed out.
Ooh.
Oh, I had 2 points.
Can start building the torch.
What the F was I doing?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
What the flibbity fluck was I doing? I don't remember.
I don't know.
What is my fire damage multiplier anyway at this point? Fire damage. 1,272%.
That's nice and hefty. Vitality.
Fire.
Decay. Vitality is weird.
Right.
Here it is. Only 327%.
Right, yeah, I'm still watching a few of the other anime for the season, but it's they're just so
Yeah.
just sigh.
Sigh.
This is just mediocre at best, and I think in a lot of cases saying it's mediocre might be just being a little bit more generous than it deserves.
Okay, figured out what the heck I was doing. We're almost at the next town, by the way.
Yeah. Just clearing a few apps.
Oh, you found friends.
Oh, that's convenient. Yeah, I think I need to rejigger this character almost completely. Oop, no spots. Whoopsie.
I'll put a portal down.
You don't need to. There's a rift gate like right there.
Oh, I thought you couldn't get them or something.
Yeah, I can get them. I just don't have them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you only need to just go there to get them, which is good. There's no quest restrictions or anything like that.
That guy up in the foreground, due to the camera, is really bothering me.
We'll get it.
But
Come on.
look at
How do
his
we get up
nipple.
there?
Look at it.
I don't want to look at the nipples.
Oh, look at his nipple.
No.
He's very
you can't
proud of
make
that
me.
nipple.
Minimap, why do you lie to me?
Because.
Because it wants to be put on rotation mode.
Ugh. Some heresy right there.
That's the reason we can't play Space Hulk.
Well,
You can't lock the minimap, no dice.
Yeah. Ari, you can navigate. Okay. Why can't I lock the minimap?
Yeah. North is north. North doesn't move.
No, north is apparently wherever the F it wants to be in Space Hulk.
And north is relative to your direction. No. No. I'll never get that. Why?
Dang it.
why not only why people actually use their minimap that, but why develop?
Maybe they want you to feel
system-
disoriented. It is navigating a space hulk after all.
Oh, okay, you can give them that, I suppose, but it's a terrible idea. Stop it, or at least give us the option. It's not hard.
Ghost
Yeah,
crabs
yeah.
are back.
Ow, 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 ow! They poop.
These champions are having a bad time.
All the poops. I see poops. Ooh, a treasure ball.
Probably gonna space soon.
Yeah, it's right in here.
All right.
Oh, it's not right in here, but it's just a few feet through the sewer, and we'll be there. We gotta kill a few more trash mobs.
All right. We should also look at a break. Or moving on.
Right.
Yes.
So, Vol, is that all for your week?
Yeah, I don't really have much else to talk about.
Okay. Once we get to the next town, we'll take a break. It's
I did-
literally just through the sewer.
I did give due consideration to purchases that you'll probably talk about during your week, but
Yeah.
opted not to because Fate Samurai Remnant's coming out in September, and
Oh, is it that soon?
I believe so. And if I purchase anything now that is an actual sort of like gameplay time investment, I will just drop it and forget that it exists once Fate Samurai Remnant comes out, because I'm very bad at coming back to games. So it was like with Elden Ring, I was legitimately enjoying playing it and I was making progress, but things went very sharply south when my computer died on me, and by the time everything was up and running again, I just didn't have the oomph to go back to it. And there was no sort of surrounding hype to help motivate me, so yeah, it just sort of didn't end up happening. And the same thing would happen this time if I buy another game now, and then Fate Samurai Remnant comes out, and then all my attention will be on that, and I just simply won't play anything else.
Oh, Vol's mowing the lawn.
Oh,
I'm not mowing the lawn, I'm staying in the same place I was when you guys branched off and went north, except all of the dudes arrived as I got there. So I've been standing at this intersection just killing for the past minute.
Okay.
That's right.
I'm
There's
just trying to.
more dudes like right there. We just keep walking past them.
Yeah, we'll come back to
We'll
those.
come
I'm just
back.
trying to beeline us to the town.
Yeah.
We're almost there.
That's
Should be just around a few more corners.
That's kind of a thing I'm a bit hesitant on at the moment, because we got some big name games coming up in the next. Some big name games, some less names, and at least one complete rip-off scummy mess. But I don't want to talk about Ark.
Speaking of big name games, I'm seeing so many Monster Hunter speculation videos going up on YouTube that I can't tell if they've actually announced anything or not.
They haven't yet.
Okay,
Gamescom
so it's
is
still wild speculation at this point.
Yeah, Gamescom is one of the places people are expecting them to announce it, or Tokyo Game Show.
I feel like the Monster Hunter community is one of the worst for talking about rumors as though they're foregone conclusions.
Yeah, they really are. Monster Hunter community is very prone to just the hype train.
Okay. We're all right here.
No.
Oh,
How
we can
about
blow these guys up.
You're real good at running off and leaving people with monsters. You've got too much movement speed, more than is good for you.
The zoomies.
Well, I did just start taking points in the messenger constellation.
Ah,
that makes me even more zoomy.
stars
Okay,
are
here.
zoomy.
Yep, right here. Clear out the sides here, and we're there.
Yeah. Right.
All right,
Here we go.
checkpoint.
Checkpoint. So that is a good time for a break.
Yep. All right, folks. Here's some music. We'll be back, and I'll talk about some games when we get back from some music. And we're back.
Yes,
Awesome.
indeed.
So,
You did some
I
vision
guess
this
we're on.
week?
Yeah, I guess we're on to my week. So, we'll just go back and do some lawn mowing. Well, because we beelined it for the town. Missed a good chunk of the sewer.
Yeah. On the other hand, though, it is a sewer level.
Yeah,
I think I prefer the sewer to another bog, thanks.
This game has no shortage of bogs.
You haven't experienced the Undenbog yet. You took a brief step into it.
Yeah. I haven't done that particular bog.
It's half of this
The
expansion.
entire first act of the game is a bog.
Yeah. Well, it's actually like 3 bogs back to back.
And then there's that extra bog off to the east
Yeah.
that you get to at a higher level.
Yep.
There's like a bog east of the bog. And then there's another higher level bog in the center of the bog.
And then at the south of the East Bog, there's the one with all the elites in it.
Yep.
Oh, this is the poisonous zone. Why is it always poison?
I don't know.
Yeah, this game is like at least 60% bog.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, realistically, it is a spiritual successor to Diablo 2 in both tone and content. So, there's a lot of bog in Diablo 2.
They had like that whole act with Mephisto set in the swamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, the jungles of Karust. And realistically, a lot of the first act was pretty boggy too, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So yeah. So my week. The first chunk of my week, I was still sick. The ick hung around.
Yeah, you were not good for much, and you were extremely grouchy about it.
Yeah, I was. It was the worst kind of ick because it wasn't technically debilitating.
It was just holding you back, basically.
Yeah.
It was a debuff to your stats, so you couldn't perform the way you wanted.
Pretty much. And my brain was sluggish. I couldn't think things through. I was weak. I had fever. It just bad times all around. Just
But you can technically do all the things you could do before, but severely debuffed.
Yeah, and focus, the ability to focus a shot, it was awful. So I did my best I dragged my butt back into work on Monday. And most of my grouchiness came from, I could not stay on Friday. I couldn't go in on Friday. I was too sick. And this meant I had to leave work to the opossum. And so I spent all of Monday figuring out what the opossum had told people, which thankfully was not very much, and figure out what he thought he did and what he actually did.
Oh dear.
So
I don't know how you having just gone crazy some days.
he is a legitimate retard. Like, I'm there. I can make no excuse for that boy. He is just touched in the head.
Well, here's what you get when you get everything presented to you in life instead of having to work for it.
Oh look, it's our favorite, the Aether Balls.
Yay!
Our favourite is the
Balls.
Succubus.
Draw 3 circles, 2 lines.
2 lines of triangle for the mouth, and you're done.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, I was useless for the first half of last week, which was lovely. And eventually, though, it did start to abate. By Wednesday, I was back at somewhere between 50 and 70%, and could actually operate and managed to start getting caught up and just staying late and getting caught up. On Thursday, I stayed super late and got everything caught up, and I'm back on track now. I was there until 8:30, stayed late, and got in at 7. So that was not a fun day. And then Friday was thankfully a light day, and I was pretty well done with everything from getting caught up on Thursday. So Friday, I took it easy and even came home a little early. And since I had some time on Friday, I had been humming and hawing about a few video games, but I wanted to wait for release for a few reasons. I wasn't going to pre-order it. I was going to wait for the reports to come back on whether they were broken or not.
Whether the game actually works when you install it.
Yes.
Yeah, because especially FromSoft, they have
They can be a bit
history.
dodgy,
Yeah,
I feel like the actual heritage of this is what was it? SimCity.
SimCity, the unspeakable, the one that never happened.
Yeah, like this is the sort of the heritage of this. I think for most people is that because that was the first time, other than for certain people with Spore.
Yeah, me.
That the game didn't work when you installed it. Like it was just the game is it's not because your computer doesn't work, but because the game is just that broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spore
It does
wasn't
not
broken.
function.
Spore
I
was
remember when
entirely
Big
different.
Rigs.
Spore is regulated. Spore is regulated out
yes.
of functionality.
If you flubbed the install 3 times or you tried to install it on 3 devices, that was it. No more for you.
Yeah,
Everybody should be shot for that. My goodness, what a
Oh.
clown fiesta.
that was just
And how
Terrible.
the game ended up just being such a disappointment.
Well, it was. I in my mind, I categorize it alongside Fable. Like it was a game that an awful lot of promises were made about, and no capacity existed in the industry to fulfill those promises.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on my real-time trees, Molyneux.
I know in Spore's case there was also a lot of executive meddling. Like a lot.
Yeah, we will. I'm just waiting on Vault to finish
Yeah.
selling.
Like, 'cause originally
But
the game was going to be fairly dark, but it ended up being very cartoony and very light and very silly and baby friendly. I think
Yeah,
that's where
I-
they went wrong.
I have watched. I've played through most of it myself, like about 3/4 to 4/5 of it, but I sort of just lost interest towards the end.
Yeah, the
Once it started to
stage
become
gets
like a really,
very repetitive.
once it became quite like a bad RTS, then I sort of started to lose interest because
Yeah.
like, oh well, this is just another game except it's a worse version of that. It's not got anything that makes it, especially Spore anymore,
Yeah,
and so I stopped playing it.
the
But
stealth stage is fantastic, and then it's downhill from there.
yeah, I did watch Fauna's playthrough of Not Pickle as far as it got.
she was role playing a devil show. It's fine.
I am going to get lost in here, by the way, just so you know.
Just saying.
Is this the place that you warned me about earlier?
Yeah. Oh no, this is a less confusing version of that place. It
Oh,
uses the
fantastic.
same type of layout, but still, I'm going to get lost.
I just can't navigate this terrain too. Blah. But yeah. So back on to your cautious consideration of a potential purchase.
Right. So my first game I was looking at was I'll save the big one for last. That'll have a lot to talk about. So not the FromSoft game, but after a certain game called Axiom Verge 2 happened, anytime an indie publisher comes out with a sequel to their game, I will not pre-order it. And I don't know how to describe this, but if you took everything in Axiom Verge that made it fun and unique, took all that out, and put terrible melee combat in the game, where your character cannot hit anything because the attack range is so pitiful on her ice pick, and try to tell a convoluted story instead of making a fun video game, you get Axiom Verge 2. So you went from a stellar game 1 to just the most brain WTF of Axiom Verge 2. So I didn't want to rush into Blasphemous 2. I wanted to wait and get at least a few opinions and people to say, okay, yes, it's actually good. It keeps doing what the first one did, and
That's
it's
more or less what I've heard about it.
yeah, and that's what it is. If you enjoyed the first one, you're gonna be fine with this one. So I scooped that and played a little bit of it, and yeah, it's blasphemous. It's more blasphemous, even more systems, and it's just a Metroid-style game with teeth.
Yeah. Just more of that, please.
Okay, this is totally random whether or not he goes insane or not. There's literally nothing you can do.
Is that what it says on the wiki?
Yeah.
Guy is crazy, can't solve it.
All right.
Okay, we saved him.
He didn't.
If he decides to just chimp out on you and burn his house down and kill his kids, you don't get any EXP.
That's fantastic.
If he decides to go full BLM on you, there's nothing you can do. But yeah, Blasphemous 2 is I have the least to say about this one because I played it the least of the two games I picked up, and it's just more
different from Ethereals.
Yes, they are. I forget what the exact difference is, but it's a different set of ethereal things. So yeah. And then, yeah, it's also just more blasphemous. So not a whole lot to go into there. When I finally get around to it and really chew through the game, I'll talk more about it. But that was the first game. So safe on that one.
Yep.
The next one. I really kind of took a chance on this one because if I did go into it, I wanted to go into it blind. Because I had played like a little bit of one Armored Core. And I don't remember which one. I think you still had to use the shoulder buttons to turn.
Oh,
so
it's something PS2 era?
I think some of the PS3 era ones still had that. Yeah. I think it was on PS3.
I don't think for
Didn't they release some? Didn't they release some on Xbox or something at one point?
Maybe.
Maybe. So I played a bit of Armored Core 2 and a bit of Armored Core for Answer.
I don't. I've played a bit of one of them, but I don't have any idea which one it was. I don't even remember precisely how many years ago it was.
Yeah, I was in that same boat. But from what people were saying about Armored Core, it sounded like a game that was right up my in my wheelhouse for an action game. But
the only thing I cared about was it has giant robots, so I was very tempted by it as well, which is the one I was alluding. So this is the one I was referring to earlier when I was saying that I really thought hard about buying it, but concluded not to because I wanted to actually play it. And the way of me actually playing it would be to not buy it when it's going to get eclipsed by Fate Samurai Remnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's understandable. It's a very chunky game with a whole lot of depth to dive into, but we'll get to that in just a minute. What you call it? Oh, how in the world did I hate this map?
It seems to be very patient and sparing with the number of times you click.
Yeah, well, I have a controller, so I have to move with the stick.
Also, charge attacks are either incredibly useful or they will get you doomed.
Hey man, I wait for Ari to charge so that I can see where exactly the way is to get from point A to point B, because I can't tell by looking at the terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and this is why I wanted at least one of us to have the leap before we got to areas like this, because you can do that if you don't know where to go.
Yeah.
As long as I angle the leap at max distance, vaguely in the direction I want to go, as long as there's an opening in the wall somewhere, I will just jump through the walls.
Yeah, as long as the game can figure out a long way around path, it will just jump you through the wall.
Yeah, and so you can use that to determine, yes, there is in fact an exit to this room nearby.
Yeah.
And yes, it does lead in that general direction.
We missed
a no stick. A yellow one.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to get rid of all the stuff around it before I popped it.
Yeah,
there's still a big patch of black right next to it for me.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Find my way up the freaking stairs.
Can I zoom down there? No.
These ethereals are slightly paler blue than other ethereals.
Yes. Still don't know the lore of this game.
There is a lore,
but
for the most part, is there be demons, go kill.
Yeah, this is the turn on a podcast game or play with your friends game for me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like-
now we can go pop the
Like Hero
thing.
Quest, Titan Quest. It's like Telkeen, something, go kill.
Yeah. So yeah, Armored Core.
It's just a story.
Oh,
Yep.
it is a story.
Oh no, not these mofos.
Flesh
Not these
Hulks.
mofos either.
Everyone loves Flesh Hulks.
Ooh,
Boots of Primordial Rage. That sounds. Oh, I'm using those on my my Arcanist right now.
Boots of
I don't
Brooklyn
think so.
Rage. Brutal Axe. That's actually quite good, and I can't use it yet.
I got a freaking shield.
I mean, you can have my Aether Damage boots if you want them.
I don't want ether damage boots. I don't think I've
But-
got any way of doing ether damage.
But yeah. So Armored Core. I did not have a lot of experience with the franchise. I knew what it was. I knew FromSoft made it, and that's about as far as we got.
All I know about this Armored Core is that I am enjoying it as of a great distance because of the amount of people getting filtered by it.
Filtered, you say?
Yes, filtered.
Oh, This my
It's
controller.
it's been a very, very prevalent meme this past few days since it came out. People getting filtered.
Yeah, I don't follow the social medias as closely, so I missed all this.
Yeah, basically it's been sort of like it's sort of like Elden Ring again, except more so. In that there's all these people coming out who are presenting themselves as like tier hardcores gamers and are getting absolutely shreked by the first boss or whatever. And
Oh,
it's just been hilarious to watch. There's like so many like collages of butthurt forum posts made by people saying that the game is unfair and unbalanced and
His-
terrible and this, that, and the other. Like there's just an endless river of sodium chloride pouring out of the social media on this game, and it's hilarious to
Here's
watch.
the thing about Armored
Yeah.
Core games in the past, and it's that you will get absolutely shreked your first time through. Completely. You will reach a point where you
Well-
just cannot physically proceed any further until you do the time loop. And start
Well-
over.
that doesn't appear to be the case so far. With the first boss, are we talking about the tutorial helicopter boss?
Yes.
Usually, yeah.
Okay.
The
Usually
tutorial
the,
helicopter boss. Yeah, the one where they tell you explicitly how to fight it and people still fail to do so.
Yeah. So let's
Yeah.
go turn in this quest so we can move the dudes.
Like, it's normally this is the province of games reviewers, but apparently half of the gaming populace is this way now. So
yeah. Like, time loop in other Armored Core games typically doesn't really start kicking in until like 3 or 4 missions in. But
I've already heard that you don't do any time loop in it until you get to New Game Plus, so you have to beat the game
okay,
first.
well that's good because yeah, the time loop mechanic was honestly kind
I think that was unique to one Armored Core game when I was watching Vadi's
yeah,
history of Armored Core series.
Yeah, one in particular really that really went ham on it.
But yeah, oh, I got points.
How do we
More
get up there?
physique. We'll figure that out in a minute.
Or you could just shoot upwards through the solid stone floor. That's fine.
Yep.
I'm going to
Okay.
call it creative use of game mechanics. I've invested a lot of time in my bullets. I expect payoff. I don't know how to get up there though. So
Yeah, we gotta go back around
don't
this way.
expect any miracles on that front. Like
Okay.
I can phase my bullet through solid stone, but I can't navigate.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Okay, I think I found the way up here. I'll come back and show you.
Yeah, I think I see it.
But yeah,
The game doesn't seem to.
yeah, it's the helicopter boss. He killed me once the first time because I didn't quite grasp the boost mechanic yet. I was still getting a feel for it. But reload the checkpoint and I had no problem with him.
Well, it's a game like a lot of FromSoft games. It's a game where most bosses are meant to kill you at least once.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Get good.
yeah, I did not have any issues with the helicopter boss. The first AC I took on killed me once, and I'm still in think I'm at the tail end or just beat chapter 1.
All right, so you're progressing nicely.
Yeah. So yeah, it has but yeah. So I didn't know anything going into this, but the more I read about it and the more I looked into it, I'm like, it's got autistic customization. I can go back and get S ranks and missions. It's got a whole lot of player expression in an action game. It's got big robots. This is enough in my wheelhouse that I kind of want to give this a shot, and I trust FromSoft enough to make a decent product that I was willing to give it a day one go, as long as it worked on PC.
All you needed to tell me was Mecha, and I was sold.
Like Metabots.
But I don't mind being frustrated by a game if I get to drive a giant stompy robot about. Like, I'm just not that
It
worried.
doesn't have to be a stompy robot. It can be a zoomy robot if you want it to.
Well,
Can it be stompy and zoomy at the same time?
Potentially.
It depends on what type of boosters you put on it.
Yeah.
But I haven't settled on a build for my AC yet. I like the reverse joint legs and I like the quadruped legs, but I haven't decided on which one I want to focus as my go-to and preferred AC build yet.
Yeah, one thing that has been very consistent through the series as well is one AC build will not get you the entire way.
Yeah, it's
We'll
not
have
meant
to
to.
change it up.
It's supposed
It's not-
to make adjustments.
Yeah, you're supposed to have either multiple layouts or adjust per mission.
Yeah.
But
If you just try
I
to
haven't
with the one
settled.
build, you're not
What is the point of a robot if you aren't going to customize it every time you've got a new challenge to overcome? Like,
Exactly.
they even do that in Gundam. Like, every Gundam goes that way.
Every Gundam does
They're
it.
like, oh well, we need to upgrade your Gundam because you're getting teabagged by the opponent now. Oh no, the opponent has upgraded their Gundam. We need to upgrade your Gundam so you can teabag them back.
Quick, we need to sell more Gunpla. I mean, you overcome this new challenge.
Or you could just, have the giant windmill one, I guess.
Don't knock that. That thing's worth a mint.
Hey, Norway Gundam or whatever is a
Yeah,
Chad. You leave him alone.
Holland.
Yeah,
Is it
I think
the-
Yeah, Holland Gundam, I think.
It's so stupid, but
I love G Gundam.
I
I love
it.
it so
G
much.
Gundam is so stupid.
It knows it's dumb and it doesn't care.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where are we going, Aristeel?
did you miss the part where I said we will get lost?
Which
And,
we
Well,
have.
the thing is, I don't even know what we're trying to do, much less how to do it.
We technically need to go back to the sewers, but I'm trying to get to that big black corner of this square that we've been running around down the far left.
Yaha. Oh, you found dudes.
Or they found me.
All
Could
right.
be either way.
How do I get to dudes?
I don't know how I got over here. I was running up some stairs.
Oh yeah, hang on. Go out this way, in here, and then up the stairs. There we go.
Okay, maybe if we navigate. Okay, I think I know how to get to y'all again.
I don't know
Nope.
where I am.
I could see y'all across the buildings. We'll get
Wow.
there.
Don't ask me to tell you how I got here, because I don't really know.
This place is such a mess.
Yeah, this and the Skelly Key version of this place out in the base game is even worse.
I'm not built for tanking.
Okay. I think I'm good. Now, where'd you go?
I
don't know,
somehow wound up going the right way. I was trying to get to y'all, but I
Whee!
accidentally went to. Hey, I see y'all.
That's right. I just found a place where the game would let me zoom.
So I will attempt to navigate my way to where you. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
So yeah, it's checking all the boxes on action games that I like. It's got a little bit of teeth to it. It's the bosses are so far have been pretty fun. The set pieces have been pretty good, and now I don't remember how I got here and how I'm supposed to get back to the right way that we're supposed to go. I think it's up through here.
Yeah, it's up.
You
kinda
always go
circle
the
here.
right way after you've gone every wrong way.
Yeah, this way. So yeah, Armored Core is one of those games I was really waiting on a verdict for the pre-order.
Yeah, because when it comes to FromSoft and their PC ports,
It's it's a bit.
Did we go all the way back to the beginning? Because this doesn't look right.
we need to get to where those blue dudes are down there.
Oh, okay. I was not sure where we were supposed to be trying to go, so I was not really heading in any particular direction.
Okay, I got there.
Aha, blue dudes.
That was not terribly complicated. You massively overcomplicated it.
Yeah. So Armored Core's one of those games I was waiting on a verdict for. Starfield is another one, but because you know what Bethesda's like.
I don't have to wait on a verdict on that one.
Yeah, because you got it for free.
Because I got it for free.
Oh, right. It's also, I believe, it's coming for free to Game Pass.
Oh, not that. That's not how I got it
with
for free.
a GPU or something, didn't you?
Yeah, Abo got... it came with both his GPU and his CPU when he built his computer these past few weeks.
Oh, he got two.
So he had an extra free copy that he didn't know what to do with, so he just gave it to me.
I don't know if I can buy an NVIDIA branded hat or something and get it.
I feel like I'm the only person in the world who has a 0% excitement value for that game. Like, I'm just not interested at all. Like, my level of trust in Todd is so low.
Oh, I don't think the game will be good or work or function at all at launch. I expect it to be the worst video game of the year.
I expect it to be an absolute unholy mess, yes.
However, I can mess with that unholy mess when it comes out and make fun of it.
Yeah. Should the game work, though, it is also everything I kind of want in a game. It's like right up my alley.
Yeah, it's
if
Outer Wilds already came out.
What's that?
I thought Outer Wilds already came out though, didn't it?
Outer World.
Okay, that's good.
Outer Wilds is different. They came out at the same time though.
They came out at the same time and have almost the same name. So I just guess one and use it, and then people can assume from context which one I actually mean.
Other way.
Yeah, Outer Worlds is like it's fine. That's it. It's fine.
But that's the most you can expect from Todd as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or some sort of incredibly entertaining, buggy, horrific mess. But it's
return to sewers. Time to return to sewers.
To the poo tubes. And actually, that's where I'm honestly expecting Starfield to fall. It's like it's really entertaining, but for all the wrong reasons.
I don't trust it. Like I trust them much more with the Elder Scrolls game archetype than I do with the Starfield idea. Like,
Yeah.
I'm highly suspicious.
Yeah,
I don't think that they're very talented developers anymore. Like, well, they have got individually talented developers, but I don't think that I don't trust the production edifice to make a good game.
Yeah, I would be more skeptical about it, but for one major thing, and that is they've dropped Creation Engine.
I mean, it needed to happen, but I'm not sure that by itself might not quite be enough.
Yeah, but it's a step in the right direction at least. And it's honestly a step that should have happened like 20 years ago, but never mind.
Yeah. So I would not be paying attention to this. I'm still not paying attention to the game. The only reason I'm thinking about goofing off with it at launch is because I got it for free. If I did not literally have a copy handed to me, I would not be buying this game.
Look it up. I think it is on Game Pass, so let me have a quick look. I know the game freezes when I tab out. You
can change that.
I can change that. I just couldn't be bothered. I really should change that. Let's see. Starfield Standard Edition. Yeah, Game Pass. I can play it for free on day one.
I cannot conjure up the motivation to do such a thing. It's like, oh my goodness, it's a Todd the Liar game. Like,
it just works.
I'm content to wait for modders to make the game actually good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, Fern, don't touch anything.
Are they at least going to allow it proper modding support?
As far as I can tell,
so.
Yeah, but they haven't said one way or the other.
Listen way when you're done vendoring crapball.
I'm just hanging around on the other side of the doorway. Running in the circles. Also free experience.
Wait, ether clusters, they are consumable, right? Not...
Yeah.
crafting.
They are used in a couple crafting recipes as well.
Really? Even though they're consumable?
Yeah, they're really niche, but they are technically also a material.
Huh.
I don't think it's for anything significant at all, but it technically has an asterisk next to it, used as crafting material.
Yeah. There was another game I was thinking about getting, and I can honestly completely forgotten. Oh, right. City Skylines 2. You know, the game that said, we're just going to take what SimCity did and do it better. That one I think is going to be a fairly safe bet.
Okay, let's go clear this mess out and turn the town on.
It's not like, oh, you've got to build a world for that one. It's more of, oh, well, this is just a systems iteration exercise, really.
Largely, yes. The whole, from everything they've been showing, it's like we're just doing what we did in the first one. We've made some changes, we've learned some things, but we're not, completely reinventing the wheel here. So yeah, it's also like, this is what SimCity should be, but it isn't. The last SimCity game we had, the most notable thing was it had a map where you could watch poo flow through pipes. I mean, come on.
I have to do that for a job.
That sounds like work to you, doesn't it? Yeah, SimCity 2, was it 2016? It was just so bad. I just picked something blue up, and I can not alive me remember what it was.
Okay, the town is now officially turned on.
Oh, you press the switch.
Yeah, they're now proper vendors, and we'll get a blacksmith and dudes here as we do quests inside of Mammoth.
Yep.
Is there a vendor here yet?
No.
I need to go back to the sewers.
There is a glamour guide up there, so it is important. You can look your best.
We will find people and bring them back and make the town grow. And there is a guy there. One of the vendors will sell crafting materials.
Oh,
very rarely. So he's like the rare finds vendor or something. So they're way too expensive, but you can totally buy crafting materials from him.
All right, which way are we going? Because I don't have any.
I'm selling crap in the sewers because I thought a vendor would appear when we turned the town on, and it did not.
It doesn't move up. Yes. All right.
So, what was I talking about? Armored Core.
Armored Core.
How do we get? Anyway. Yeah, I'm enjoying my time with the game. I want to really sink my teeth into it and give a better expression of what I enjoy with it.
Mm-hmm. Have you run into any bugs with the PC port?
No, the PC port works fine. No issues at all, actually, with the PC port. It's fairly well optimized. Not the best, not the worst. It works. Looks good, runs good, loads fast. It seems to be K. No bugs. So yeah, that's my report so far. And right now my first impressions are positive. In a very general, I've just started and don't really know what I'm doing yet. Since I've got about 6 or 7 hours into the game, but I did spend time playing around with armor parts and going back and replaying missions with different pieces and trying to get a handle on the controls and how the game works. So I have not progressed as far as somebody normally would make in 6 or 7 hours because I'm trying to really sit down and understand the game.
Yep.
I feel like it's a bit of a blast from the past to ask this, but how are the load times?
On PC, missions load in about 6-7 seconds.
That's pretty good.
On my PC, and you have a PC that's relatively comparable to mine, so.
It's a little bit lower powered because I didn't have as much budget, but it should do the trick.
Yeah, you should be alright with that. Yeah, I think they've learned a lot with Elden Ring, how they handled that. So
yeah, it's also a different team that's putting it together. So while there's a bit of crossover, it is mostly a different team from the current Souls style dev team people. So, and Miyazaki, as far as I can tell, is just on the periphery of this thing. He doesn't have any or much direct involvement, if he does have any. So, I forget who the director of Armored Core is off the top of my head. But yeah, it's not Miyazaki. So yeah, it's there's a few other groups of people I noticed that are pitching a fit, other than the people that can't beat the tutorial boss. They are only one of these groups is legitimate, and that's the people that this just ain't a game for them. They don't like managing resources and autistically customizing a robot.
See,
Something wrong with those people.
I mean,
Everyone should love robots.
giant robots. But yeah, it's like, yeah, that's fine. It's not your game. That's perfectly fine. You don't need to have a pissy fit about it.
No, that's not fine. You're a thought criminal if you don't like giant robots.
I don't think Vault's going to let this one go.
I mean, yeah, you're obviously wrong because giant robots are immediately cool. But
So,
yeah, I don't get people like that. It's like, the game's not for you. It's fine. It's functional, and there's people who are enjoying it. But there's still shit on people's parade.
It was because they're desperate for external validation. It's not about whether or not they like the game. It's about whether or not they can get people to agree with their opinion. That's what they're fishing for. They're not actually dumping on the game because they care so much about the game. They're dumping on the game because they want to be right.
Yeah, they're wrong.
yeah, they
Well, in their mind, right just means getting enough people to chime in with you. So
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean being actually correct about it.
yeah, 'cause this is about obtaining that sort of psychological satisfaction. It's not actually about
Gotta
the
get me
content,
that dopamine.
truth
Yeah.
content of whatever they're saying.
Yeah, when I'm calling out these particular types of people, I mean the people that will pop up and just tell you, being able to be a hyper autist and customize your mech and play with giant robot parts is just objectively bad game design. That type of retard.
No, yeah, those people are just dumb.
But as stupid as they are, it is at least a complaint I can understand. I can see how you got there. The other one is a real special kind of retard. And that is the guy that for some reason thinks this game was Dark Souls.
Well, it's just as though they saw FromSoft and they're like, well, FromSoft, I'm entitled to this particular thing from FromSoft, and anytime I don't get it, something terrible has happened.
A studio is capable of making more than one kind of game.
Yeah. Most people don't think of studios as creative outlets. They think of it as a way of obtaining the thing that I want.
And I suppose you've got other examples where it's like a studio is pumping out exactly the same game over and over. Looking off.
Now,
Well, people actually like that by and large. That's why people keep buying Call of Duty over and over again, because they like that comfort. Of well, good, it's the same thing again. I don't need to worry. I can still be the person who is in the right by playing the latest thing, while not having to actually experience anything new or deviate from my path.
Yeah, but it's like saying that Activision can only make Call of Duty, and that's just a stupid point to have, because Activision can also only make Crash Bandicoot in that case, or something like that.
No, it's the logic usually comes from the idea that there's a zero-sum game of resources wherein every time somebody gets a game that isn't the game I want, it means that the game I want was taken from me.
Yeah, which is also wrong.
It's and what's funny with the Armored Core people that are the Dark Souls people that are mad at Armored Core and Dark Souls, there is enough what's the right not similarities, but similar types of things in Dark Souls, like autistically customizing your build and the bosses having some teeth on them and all that. That's all there as well in Dark Souls. And if they would just get over the fact that it's not Dark Souls, they could probably find it, like maybe there's another subgenre of video game called mech shooters that you might like.
But they don't want that. They just want Call of Duty again.
Yeah. Yeah, because when you're still in the action game umbrella, there's some DNA there that could be shared, and you might find a new subgenre you like, and that opens up a goodness knows how many new games you can go play if you decide you like it.
Yeah.
But no, it's just not Dark Souls.
And it would be disloyal to Call of Duty. Like, people do have these weird ideas about loyalty, right? Like, everybody remembers the console wars.
Yeah.
Like, people felt that there was some sort of loyalty that had to be paid and owed to franchises and companies. It was weird.
Yeah. It's never really ended either.
Oh, we got a about face.
Oh, do we?
Oh wait, maybe. Oh no, it's here. Never mind. We're good.
You're right.
We're good.
Touch the thing. So yeah, it's they're big brands. You don't owe them loyalty. Consume product.
Like, yeah. So I just have found it funny the people that don't like the game. But the big thing that stopped me from pre-ordering and getting excited about the game was FromSoft previous PC launches.
Yeah.
Not good. But this one's good. Well, it's certainly workable. I don't have a full gameplay thing to go through to really break that down for you and explain and see if there's anything that stands out yet. But from first impressions, it's a perfectly workable PC port, and nothing seems busted at all. It appears to be a feature-complete game at launch. It appears to be finished. It's a fun video game so far. So,
does it not have a guy that's like trying to sell you DLC in your encampment?
Yeah,
no, nobody like that.
Okay.
I mean, there's people trying to sell you stuff at base, but it's with credits that you earn in game.
Here's an argument for you. Odds are this game has patches in it. Therefore, is Dark Souls. There you go.
I mean, every FromSoft game had patches, even back to Kingsfield.
See? Also Dark Souls. Done.
Patches is a cunt.
I don't know why they keep.
I don't know.
They keep patches as a thing.
At this point, it's just because they've always done it. Patches has always been there. He's also always been an absolute twat.
In the very end of the last DLC for Dark Souls 3, there are 3 humans who haven't gone insane when you travel forward to the end of time, and one of them's patches.
What did he do to deserve that?
I don't know.
This is trying to explain to me that life isn't fair.
Probably.
Yes. He in fact kicks you down a hole because he has a helmet on the whole time, and he doesn't remember his name, so he says call him Henri or something. And then you try to figure out his past and who he is, and you can't quite figure it out. But you encourage him enough, and he remembers who he is on his own, and then he kicks you down a hole and tries to get you killed.
Yeah.
Well, yes, that's what happens when Patches remembers who Patches really is.
At least he's fairly straightforward in Elden Ring. He just waits for you to open a chest, just jumps out and stabs you for trying to steal from him.
Oh, there's a whole other half of his quest line.
I mean, I know there is, but the temptation was
He also-
there, and I was already swinging, so...
Yeah, if you leave him alive at the Volcano Manor area, he will just kick you into the lava pit.
Yeah.
This is Sparta.
He's also serves as a vendor for them, too. But yeah, it's on the one hand, I could buy stuff from him. I think he has a unique weapon on him. But on the other hand, I'm already swinging.
Yeah, patches.
Yeah.
But so yeah. I'll get back on a more detailed report on Armored Core 6. I'm giving you generally good, positive first impressions, but all I got right now is first impressions because I've only had a day to play it.
Well, at least there won't... If Miyazaki's not involved, there won't be a swamp.
Maybe.
Well, Rubicon is like Hoth. So it'd be pretty hard for them to weasel a swamp in.
Don't just leave that challenge dangling out there like that.
It would just be a completely inexplicable swamp.
I mean, it could be.
The
It's
underground
possible.
or something. In the nest with the giant ants or something. I don't know.
Yeah, let's do the optional area over here.
Yeah. That's good to hear because I was worried that they'd make a mess of the port.
Yeah, I had no idea who was working on the PC port, what team was working on that, and whether it's the same dudes that ported Elden Ring or not, or if it's a totally new team. Don't really care because this one came out fine.
Yeah. That's very good. Very, very good.
There's the exquisite chest I've been looking for.
Ooh, treasure.
50 spawn points. Nope, not that way. This way.
All right. In that case, anything else for your week?
Covered all the Blue Archive stuff with Vaul already. I haven't unlocked all the sectors yet, but finished the story in that, and I have similar sentiments to him, so no need to rehash anything there. Oh, Bambi.
Oh, right. You sent the photos.
So the other reason I was crabby this week. So Thursday, I went to. I'm feeling a bit better. You know, I hadn't gone to the post office in like a week and some change, and I really needed to get there and make sure nobody mails any checks or there's any bills in there that need paying or whatever. So I usually try to make it a point to go to the post office at least once a week, and I hadn't been in the equivalent of 2 weeks now. And so I go down there I leave at 7 o'clock in the morning because I wanted to go to the store first. And so I stop by Kroger, do some grocery shopping, and then after that I make my way down to the post office, go to the post office, pick up the mail, and I'm driving back home. On my same little back road in country land, as always. And Bambi decided he wanted to come say hi. Well, Bambi decided he wanted to try and 1v1 me. And so Bambi the deer jumps out in front of my car from a ditch and just is suddenly there 15 feet in front of me.
1v1 me, bro!
Yeah. So I have two choices here. And time slows down when Bambi jumps out in front of me. I go, okay. I happened to notice earlier the guy behind me is tailgating me. I cannot slam on the brakes. That is not an option and is not the good idea anyway. Because that might wind up doing more damage if I can't stop before I hit Bambi. Now, the other option is gun it.
Yeah.
I've heard that you should generally speed up if you're definitely going to hit an animal on the road.
Yeah, so...
You want to be the one with the momentum.
Yeah. So I got that engine revving and had the perfect hit, just like they told us in driver's ed class, on Bambi. And man, Bambi got some style points.
Bambi got some sick air.
Yeah, he did 2 rotations and a flip over the car in the other lane into the ditch before he scampered off in the woods to die.
10 points, 10 points, 10 points, and he still only got a 4 from the Russian judge.
Yeah. So, I won. However, Bambi, not content with simply losing the challenge and taking it like a deer, did not come to my house and offer to fix the car damage. And so now I got a big old dent on the front of my car.
They are inconsiderate like that, yes. Yeah. I don't have any big, like, sending the animal airborne stories. I just had Skippy headbutt the side of my car yesterday, and that was it.
Well, that's just it being Australian, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, if they're charging across the road, usually they'll try and get out in front of the car and immediately you hit them. But
Every living thing in Australia is either horrific or a troll,
Or
including the Australians.
or horrific.
Especially the Australians.
Especially. I'm not going to deny that.
But you still have not presented me with an explanation for that creature that I linked to you the other day.
I'm just going to leave that entirely to your imagination.
Like, who would install those in their beaches? Are you mad?
Nah, we ignore them. They don't do anything. They're just there.
I know they don't do anything, but they're still horrific.
Yeah. He's fine. He's chill. The big old long rope a nope
Uh-huh.
With teeth
with teeth. Little teeth.
that eats meat.
Yes. He'll bite you on the toe. Just don't stick your toe in his hole and you'll be fine. That's usually a good bit of advice for coming to Australia is if you see a small hole, don't stick any fingers or toes in there. Odds are there is something in there that will not like you poking bits into their home.
Yeah.
This includes
Have I mentioned
shoes.
You know, the South is not the most friendly and hospitable area for wildlife, Fern. But we don't have a death wish when we live here. We can usually, fight back against the wildlife here. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure the
like,
wildlife
you have,
wins
like-
wherever you are.
You have like Cottonmouth. They've got like 15 different things per square inch that are like Cottonmouth.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like,
But
somebody dropped a portal.
oh, you got squished.
Yeah, there was goop everywhere, and I got gooped on.
Got one down.
Fucking
I'm gonna die.
run! I'm coming.
It's
Oh.
just Fern.
I got dead.
It's Fern now.
I got smooshed.
I don't know where the portal is in here.
Where is it?
South.
Oh, it's
South.
over there.
West?
Okay. It's
Yeah, I see.
miles away.
Way
Whose
over
idea
there.
was that?
I went through the portal and the boss is chasing me.
Nom, nom. All right.
Oh, he's poisoned.
Where
Ain't
is
that
my
lovely?
corpse? Where is my corpse?
That's not my corpse.
That one.
That's my corpse.
Oh, there's still a whole bunch of no-nos out here.
I'm trying to just kill the tentacles. Unfortunately, some of them are lightning. Oh, I'm gonna die again.
Oh, I'm running away, running away, running away, running away. Running. Whoop, no, not that way. I did.
You know what? I'm just gonna drop my portal
Oh my
right here
goodness.
by where we're going to respawn every time, so we can just immediately go back to Vault's portal.
Yeah, I think my portal is actually buried in no-nos at the moment. But we'll
He just
try
keeps summoning more dudes. I'm not making any headway here at all.
I'm returning. I gotta grab my corpse.
Oh, there's more dudes.
Okay, hit and run strats.
Yep.
I'm on fire! No, I'm on poison.
Poison.
It's not fire. It's not fire at all.
Okay, has the tentacle down.
Oh, I died.
I cannot outpace this poison.
Oh, is that a second boss? I think that's the second boss. Or you
Please
just-
hold. We are getting moited horribly.
We are experiencing
Moided.
technical difficulty. Oh. Yeah, my health bar just disappears at certain points. It's just gone.
So does mine. It's nothing strange about that.
Oh no, this is going poorly. Oh. Didn't know
Oh, are
that
you
was-
still fighting him?
I was.
So we've died so many times, he's back at full HP.
we can get rid of some of his dudes.
Thing is, all he needs to do is tag me once, and I'm just dying of poison.
Yeah.
No, the thing is, you can't get rid of his dudes either because he'll just make more.
Yeah, you got
He
to
has
try and.
he has infinity dudes.
Yeah,
he's
you
gotta try
can
and
you can
stack
remove dudes on the running path if you need to get them out of the way, but otherwise you need to try and kill him.
Alright, come on. You'll come for a walk, Mr. Boss. Ow. Or not. Where's he going?
He's chasing us. We're just gonna keep pulling him to this reset point we found over here.
Yeah,
And,
you do that. Because I can't do anything. This is not going well.
Didn't die.
You got him. You got him. Okay.
Okay. Did we achieve victory?
Yes.
What is that thing? A graded demon of Nurgle?
Looks like it, doesn't it? Alright, I got Nama. Which I can't use that yet, but I might be able to.
I wonder if he has some chaos damage mixed in, because we got chaos damage problem buffs.
Yeah, maybe. Alright, in that case, we have an email.
Yep, let's finish clearing out this optional area here, so we don't so we don't lose track of where we are, and then we will read the email.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. To the next floor.
Up.
All right, we did it. Optional area complete. Okay, we can read the email.
Who wants it?
I need to go back to the sewer and sell stuff.
Alright. Back to the poo tubes while we do this. I can get it if you guys really want to.
Yeah, I pasted it in the show hosts at the top of the articles.
Yep. Alright. It comes from our good buddy Cerathus, and he says, "Dear no excuses. So I've been on an indie buying spree on Steam lately. For example...
Seems like him every week, to be honest.
I mean, indie games are usually cheap on Steam. It's great. For example, yes, I have bought Mondeali. I think that's how you pronounce that. A human falls down a hole into a world inhabited by monsters and befriends them. Stop me if you've heard this tone before, except it's not a JRPG like Undertale, or a puzzle game like One Shot. It's a completely linear adventure where you just talk to people, get roped into doing their chores, and the whole thing felt like a severely undercooked game. Character motivations are barely present, relationships just pop up. The game ends with a literal Deus Ex Machina. The music and graphics are nice, but the only reason I'm not more upset about Mondeali is because of the $11 price tag. Do not buy, I think someone just wanted to ship himself with a tsundere dragon princess and made a game out of it. I mean, isn't that like 50% visual novels?
Yeah. Like, I mean, you know, win me in a heartbeat with the tsundere dragon princess, so I can't criticize.
Hey, if it works, it works. Also, I can put a pot on my head. That's
But then people will be able to steal things from you without you noticing.
It's got a skill on it called Noxious Fumes. Unleash your excitement. Oh, I see. It's a fun joke. Alright, next.
Yes.
Or, To the Core, an incremental game, not the free roguelike action platformer as you might guess. Here, you are drilling in your spaceship to the core of planets. If you like repetitive gameplay loops where you get a little bit further every run, this one's for you. Also incremental game, not a clicker or idler. Those are different genres. Also, boring. Yeah, idlers and clickers are games you play when you don't want to play a game.
Those are things you play on Rantathon when somebody tells you they exist and you don't believe them, so you have to go check this out just to see if they're lying to you.
It was 8 hours of cookie clicker.
I did play one to completion once.
Did you? You found one that has an ending?
Oh yeah. But it's called Bentu Maximizer, and I can't talk about it on the show.
Oh yeah, you can't talk about that one.
Yeah.
But doesn't that one actually? Yeah, I think that ends with the world ending or something, doesn't it?
Yes, in a manner of speaking.
Yeah. All right, next. Also, Blasphemous, because with the sequel, the first game was 75% off, so I decided to check it out. That's right. There's not much else to be said about it. If you like 2D Souls like Metroidvania, this might be up your alley. Not quite sure why they call it Metroidvania. That usually means utility-based exploration, but blasphemy doesn't seem to have those. When wall jumping is a baseline ability and your unlock is growing platforms, so far I haven't found anything that seems like needs air dash or double jump. Genres are hard.
It does. It has those, and just in a little bit I played, I can see spots where that will get you somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't played the first one yet, though I do appreciate the protagonist's choice in headwear. Yeah, it's one of Metroidvanias are kind of hit and miss for a lot of them. There's a lot out there which are just bad, but it's worth finding the good ones because the good ones are really good. All right. Also,
Yeah.
Also, Gamescom, they announced Killing Floor 3. Right, pretty much the only one I've checked out. Killing Floor 1 and 2 were pretty fun co-op horde shooters, and 3 seems to be the same, just with more visceral combat in every sense of the word. Since it's a tripwire game, you can expect very detailed gun animations and sounds, and since it's a Killing Floor game, you can expect blood and guts flying everywhere to an industrial/trash metal soundtrack. It's listed. I do like me some Killing Floor. I'm terrible at it, but I do like it.
I'm a little bit lukewarm on it. Like, I don't dislike it, but it's not really something that I'm super keen on either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll play it if other people ask me, but I'm not going to go out of my way to play it.
Yeah, I would never play it unless somebody asked me to play it. Like, that's the sort of the precondition.
Yeah, one of those games that you just don't play with. Play it with people you know and have a great time that way.
I'm going to stop by Sorrow's Bastion and see if I can buy some of the Crazy Paladins enchants.
Alright. P.S. Mondially credits itself as inspired by Undertale and One Shot. This is an affront for those games. Yeah, but just about every indie JRPG at the moment, or indie RPG, they all say that. And that's even if they'd have nothing in common with those games. It's just like, yeah, we know everyone played Undertale. You can stop.
I didn't.
Except
I didn't play it
Everyone
because
except Vaul played Undertale.
I didn't play it because everybody played it and wouldn't stop talking about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to rebelliously refuse to play it. So I don't know anything about it. I've even avoided finding out any information about it just out of spite.
Yeah, it's one of those games that the hype got too high on it. Like, yeah, okay, I actually really like the soundtrack. The soundtrack's great. The plot was fine. It was good in a lot of places, but in a lot of other places, just fine. So yeah, we know everyone played Undertale. We can move on. Thank you. DPS played One Shot. It starts out slow, but the second zone onwards, it gets really good.
Yeah, you keep telling me, but
yeah.
I have to be in a very specific mood to play a game like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an email from
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying never, Serathis, but I need to be in a very specific mood to play a game like One Shot.
Yeah. Let me see. All right. So thank you very much for the email, Serathis. Let me see if I can actually find where this thing is so my screen doesn't lock up every time I tab out. Is it? No.
All right.
Oh,
That's significant. That's significant.
Boop. There we go.
Maybe now my Primal Strike will actually hurt again.
Yeah.
I just got a new weapon that I had sitting in my stash, so I was running around to blacksmiths and checking vendors to see if we've got enough rep to buy the enchants yet.
All right.
We do. I do, at least with the with Homestead and the Crazy Paladins. I can buy the baby enchants.
Ah. All right. I suppose while we're on the topic then with Gamescom, I haven't looked at anything Gamescom yet.
I glanced at it briefly, but I did not. I didn't dig too deep into it. Also, come back to where me and Vol are at the what's this place called?
The
Steel Cap District.
Steel Cap.
No,
not that portal. Everything is
dead.
There it is.
Yeah.
I guess we just go down the list and see what they've actually announced from Gamescom. I think it's still going on, isn't it?
I didn't see anything that jumped out to me.
I didn't even realize it was going on. That's how little it seemed to impact.
Yeah, I honestly completely forgot about it. I've been looking forward to Tokyo Game Show, but Gamescom, I honestly forgot.
Yeah, it didn't appear to have very much, TBH.
No. Alright, so, let's see. We'll go down the list here. Little Nightmares 3. I did not play either of the first one.
Way too short for how much money they were asking for, but otherwise okay.
Yep. Okay. Black Myth Wukong. It's Journey to the West again.
It's the same game we saw at E3 with basically nothing new from what I've seen. Maybe the trailer's a bit different, but I don't think it's gameplay yet.
Well, the question is, does it have a release date? Like, is there a window for this game? Is it ever going to come out? Or is it
summer 2024.
Yeah. So sometime next year, basically.
Where am I supposed to go?
Back to my portal.
Your portal.
Once you're done.
Let me see. Killing Floor 3. Oh, look, it's age restricted. There you go. Age of Empires 4 got an anniversary edition announced. As much as I like Age of Empires 4, it's like, eh.
Did we not pop that detonation site? Let's go do that.
I thought we did. Okay. Alright.
Yeah, that's so much better. Holy crap. Oh, yeah, we didn't pop this one. It's just a shortcut.
Oh, okay. Convenient.
There's nothing new over there. It's just a shortcut.
Alright. This one I've got absolutely nothing to say about, which is Rebel Moon. Is it a movie?
What?
Rebel Moon. I think it's a movie. Why are they announcing movies at Gamescom? Stop it.
What?
The name is in the name is in the con. It's games, not movies. Go away.
I guess we can just let Ari do all the work now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually hit hard again. Assuming I can survive.
Payday 3, we already knew about it. Assassin's Creed Mirage, yeah, it's in Baghdad. Okay, fine. They're asking me to care about Assassin's Creed. I don't.
Yeah, they kind of need to stop releasing those games for a while. So that people fatigue can wear off. Because it's pretty intense right now. People don't give a toss. I cannot move.
Yeah,
I am stuck.
I just got smushed.
What?
Why did it put my portal there? Move it over there. There, now I can actually click on the thing. Maybe.
Okay, I think they're dead.
Tekken 8, it's more Tekken, fine. Nightingale put out a new trailer. I know they say it's another release date trailer. I'm not going to believe it. As I do want to play Nightingale, but they've announced that many different release dates at this point. You can't take them seriously at all.
Hey, at least you're getting them to lie about release dates.
Yeah.
Still waiting on freaking Team Cherry. Come on, guys.
Come on, guys.
Just announce it's canceled already.
Or just release it. One of the two.
I don't think that they're capable of facing that reality.
Yeah, the expectations are very high for Silksong.
I don't know if they really are anymore. I don't think people expect it to even come out.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, about the only people that are still talking about it are the Hollow Knight diehards.
Yeah. I love the pants off Hollow Knight. I want to play Silksong, but at this point, I'm not sure we're ever going to get to play Silksong.
Yeah, I'm almost convinced the game is vaporware.
I'm sure they made a lot of materials for it.
Well, yeah, it was originally going to be an expansion. They spun it off into its own game, allegedly.
Yeah, that's the story.
Yeah, after
maybe that wasn't a great idea. Maybe they should have just released DLC. It seems like they scope creeped themselves and now they're screwed.
They may have just done that.
I have an additional theory that's not safe for YouTube.
Oh no!
It involves a certain disease of unknown origin.
Unspecified disease of unknown origin.
That might have thrown a monkey wrench in things, and they just didn't have the brain set with their super small team to recover from it.
Certain state premier who probably should be in jail.
Yeah, they were in your mess of a
Uh-huh.
of a country when all this happened too.
Uh-huh.
So I could totally see one of them getting just brain fudged.
But the Fuhrer wouldn't do something that was bad for his people.
Oh,
no, he would. No, hang on.
We got some lawn mowing to do.
He wouldn't this week.
I missed a section of lawn back here.
How did he keep getting elected?
I don't know.
Like you've got relatives in Melbourne, don't you? Are they just like gluttons for punishment down there?
Yes.
Are they into that?
They acknowledge that Melbourne is a cesspool.
You know, I know "Step on Me, Mommy" energy is kind of a big deal right now. It seems to be the in thing, but can we not?
Can we not?
When it comes to our leaders.
Alright, where were we? Hong Kong Star Rail? I mean, yay, fine. Genshin, meh. Lords of the Fallen! Rename your game, damn it. Or at least put a 2 on the end of it.
Just numbering your games is no longer in.
I guess. So, yeah, they released Lords of the Fallen, like, what, 5 years ago? 6 years ago now?
Sounds right.
And nobody cared because it wasn't particularly great.
Because it was awful and broken.
Yeah.
And the first attempt to clone Dark Souls, and they failed miserably.
I thought the Surge was before that.
No, I think Surge came afterwards, and Surge actually worked.
Surge actually worked, yeah.
The Surge wasn't particularly good, but it worked.
Yeah. They tried. They did alright.
I had some fun with the Surge. I didn't finish it, but I could at least play it.
And yeah, there is a lot to be said for gigantic robot arms. But yeah, Lords of the Fallen had absolutely nothing to hook. Like, it's just generic, grim, medieval fantasy, big thing, murder, grumbly.
Yeah, we will go to the end of this road, and then we will turn left and do the dock, and then we will continue the loop.
But yeah, the fact that they're putting out Lords of the Fallen 2, but it's still called just Lords of the Fallen, no, snap.
I mean, the game did have a certain level of memedom, but not for any of the reasons you want a game to have that.
No. Most of them because it was just awful. Let's see.
I mean, I guess that's a form of name recognition.
I guess. Alright, Sonic, let's see. We got Sonic Superstars, the good one. Apparently they got a new trailer. Sonic Frontiers, the mediocre one, is getting an update. Yeah.
Hooray!
Yeah, another new Nexon looter shooter because it's been a week, I guess. Nexon does love their looter shooters.
I mean, whatever keeps them happy, I suppose.
Yeah.
If there's a market for it, go for it.
Yep.
I would rather they spend their money on doing a full-fledged anime of Blue Archive, since I think basically every chapter in there is imminently animatable.
Is there a Blue Archive anime yet?
It's coming.
It's in production, but nobody knows exactly what story is going to be told.
Aha.
I expect it'll be Foreclosure Task Force, but might be something else, I guess.
Well, yeah, first story.
I hope they don't do a mediocre original story. That would be disappointing.
I hope they don't do a clip show either, because there is a solid narrative there they could run with.
It's not uncommon for this sort of thing if they get their big serious anime and then put a kind of a side clip show to go with it. That's not uncommon, and that's usually alright.
Well, the purpose of the anime is to advertise the game, but if they really want to, they can make the anime really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they did that with Pinecone.
Yeah, the Pinecone
The
anime was actually pretty
Pinecone has an internal conceit that allows them to tell a different story.
Hmm?
Yeah,
It's-
like
everything is basically a pseudo time loop.
yeah.
Never
It's already
forget what they took from us.
Yeah.
man.
Having a protagonist whose brain is mirror smooth is actually quite.
I just love the direction they gave the voice actress for Yuki. Just play him like he's a really retarded one of the girls.
He's kind of endearing in his own way. He doesn't care. He's just happy to be here. Alright, I'm just skimming down the rows of these, but yeah, we've got the Cars Go Burr, Phantom Liberty. I mean, I might look at Phantom Liberty when it comes out, because, yeah...
Alright, back to the Steel Cat District.
Alright. We have dudes.
Okay, we have a blacksmith. We have... Are you the rare goods vendor? No, you're the quartermaster.
He's probably one of the last ones to show up.
Yeah, you gotta... I've been trying to hit all the houses to find the stray NPCs. But yeah, I'm back at the Steel Cat District.
Okay, we're just going to keep chewing through these dudes then.
Yeah, because they're like right next to the portal.
And they keep
Oh,
going.
what? I didn't see them. Were there a bunch of dudes there?
They started coming out of the house just after you went into the portal. The house that's right next to the portal.
Oh, okay. I'll come back to Crown Hill. Hang on.
And apparently there are quite a lot of them because they're still going.
Uh-oh.
Where are they all coming from? Is that all of it? No, there's still one more.
Oh, it's got the big monster spawner thing out here.
Which portal is that one? Steel Cap?
Yeah, okay. They're all dead now.
Alright, drop a portal because I don't think I got the main way gate.
Yeah, hang on. I'll go back to Steel Cap and put a thing there. Our Steel Cap should have a goodly chunk of facilities now.
Alright. Yeah, I'm going to need to sit down and watch a few of these trailers to see what they're actually all about.
Yeah, Gamescom this week, it was honestly probably the furthest thing from my brain.
Yeah.
I only threw it in there because it happened. But nothing crossed my newsfeed, mostly because a certain mugshot was all I saw on my newsfeed all week.
Yes.
I think that whole debacle is highly entertaining.
Oh, I do too, but I can't. There are a whole lot of reasons why I can't say on YouTube.
More reasons.
I will send you a picture, Fern.
Oh no, do I?
Of a dude protesting it outside the courthouse with a T-shirt.
Oh no.
I will dig this up in real time for you. Hang on.
Oh no. I don't know where this is going.
I thought it was funny.
So yeah, there's a lot that has been announced, but nothing super jumping out of it. I don't know what that one is. Ara. History Untold. It's something France, I guess.
Hang on. I got you, Fern.
Okay. What have you sent me? Oh, I see. Let's just leave that alone.
What?
You sure? It'd be really funny.
Anyway. Okay, so I think that's all I'm really spotting out of Gamescom. Like, there's like Zoomer Bus, I guess. I don't know what this game's called. Dustborn. It's Zoomer Bus. Alright, so that's that. Gamescom happened. No Monster Hunter games, so I don't care.
Yep. So that's that. There's a bit more news to talk about this week. Given that we follow Hololive, I threw this in here if you want to jump to that one.
Yeah, might as well.
So Holostar's talents. Magni and the other one.
Vespa.
The other boy that people... Vesper. Yeah. Just unceremoniously contract terminated. No goodbye streams, no anything.
So there's a little bit more to this. Is they had just actually gotten new models as well, about 7 weeks ago, and then all of a sudden they just went completely suspended. Just no explanation.
No, they weren't suspended. They went on an unplanned hiatus, and no comment was given. It was not even announced that they were on hiatus. They just stopped releasing content.
Yeah, and then a few days later, I think it was announced that they were on unplanned hiatus. The other stars didn't say much because usually they're told not to. And
well, I don't think that they don't. They seem to legitimately not know anything.
Yeah, Calliope actually talked about it the other day and said that basically she and the rest of the Holomem don't know any more than the public do, and she doesn't think that any more information will ever be revealed.
Yeah.
So it's best to just not think about it too much anymore because there's no way any additional information is coming out.
Yeah. I think there was maybe a couple of little things said that could give people ideas like early on by Altair, but by and large, yeah. Maybe the genmates know something, but that's it.
Ari, did you pick up all of these quests while we were not here or something?
Maybe.
Some of them require you to pick up items in the world, so they might need you to grab them.
Okay.
Right, is it? Okay.
If you see exclamation points there, grab them.
All right.
I tried to make sure y'all were all in the area before I clicked on I did any quest stuff.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of those quests though.
Okay, well, I just did one turn in and picked up one new quest, so...
Okay, that one probably had an item stuck in your inventory that you needed to hand to him.
Could be...
Okay, back to Crown Hill when y'all are ready.
Alright.
So yeah, now the only supplemental bit of news to this that isn't covered in the article is the one that was the orc before he became a member of Holostars. Just posted it on... Yeah, I forget which one it is. But he was like orc with glasses that played video games. And he made a post and said he's back all of a sudden. So this is clearly a thing with Hololive and cover, because the whichever one that one is ain't stopping streaming.
Okay, that's an interesting new bit. I hadn't heard that one. So one of them's gone back
saw
to his
that
old
one
character.
Yeah, saw that one on the website that Vol's not allowed to go to.
So yeah, maybe there is something going on.
Yeah, there's certainly something going on, but it's going to be covered by NDA. Come to my portal, Fern.
Yeah, get over there. So yeah. Where are we? Where is your portal?
Steelcap District. Not Steelcap District. Crown Hill.
Find it again.
The far north.
Far. Oh, there it is. So yeah, it's kind of sad to see it, but things happen.
Yeah, somebody done goofed, or some contract problem came up.
Well, it could simply be something like, well, they did not truly grasp what the expectations are of an idol agency for their idols, which I think is probably the case with a lot of people.
With those two, they've been long enough there. I think they had a good idea.
No, that's not how these things work. Number one, they've been there less than a year, and number two, you don't call foul on something that you're required to do until you're required to do it.
Yeah, they are departing around the same time as Sana, and that was almost certainly the case with her.
Well, from what they said about Sana, she just decided that she wasn't going to renegotiate the contract at the end of her first year, and that was all there was to it.
Yeah, she just
didn't want to continue because whatever about the lifestyle did not suit her. But this is a different case because it's two of them ditching at once, and they are not having anything to close out that era the way they did with Sana.
Yeah.
Like, Sana decided that basically that it wasn't for her, and you can respect that. That's fine. With these guys, yeah, I think something's happened either way. We don't know what. We'll probably never find out what, but something.
Oh, while I doubt we will get anything concrete or official on the do from any sources, give the autists on the website that Vaul's not allowed to go to enough time, they'll figure it out.
Well, they might figure it out, but they might report that along with 15 other possible alternatives that they just made up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
The truth will be buried
just
in
because
somewhere,
that-
maybe.
Just because they're autistic doesn't mean they're also honest.
Yes.
I trust them more than I do a lot of people.
Yeah, but the bar is not very high.
Alright, so that's that. On the plus side, though, HoloCure is still very, very, very good. So, go play that.
Yeah, HoloCure did come to Steam as well.
Yes.
That's the thing that happened.
And has
Yeah.
fishing.
It has a fishing minigame.
Yep.
Yeah, HoloCure is now the the Steam now is the primary line for it. The old updater will not work anymore. So it's Steam or nothing.
Golly.
It's significantly more successful than an awful lot of other products on Steam.
Certain games which shall remain nameless.
Significantly larger budgets and development teams.
Yes.
What game was I comparing it to last week?
Overwatch probably is the latest one.
Yeah, Overwatch 2. That was it.
More people are playing HoloCure than Overwatch 2.
Oh, this might not have been the best decision I ever made.
Also, there's a stick over here if you haven't messed it.
You got totally separated from us,
I
Fern.
did.
Yeah,
I've gone.
we're
I've
fighting
lost.
one of those bosses, you know.
That's fine. I can do things and not die horribly at the moment. How'd you get over there? Okay, I think I see it.
Wow, that boss dropped literally nothing.
He dropped a pair of green pants.
He didn't even drop that for me. He just dropped a healing pot and some iron.
Oh, here, you can have the green pants.
I don't need the green pants. You can have your green pants.
No, you must take the green pants.
Fine, I'll take your green pants.
They're probably the best green pants in the world. Or the worst.
Well, yes, those are options.
They are definitely pants.
Wow, that thing had like a green ring in it.
I got a blood.
Any other bits of news you really want to hit?
I will check in just a second. We are currently murderizing everything.
Okay, I'll just smack whatever the hell that thing was.
Yeah, we're currently killing a devotion shrine. We'll be with you in just a moment.
So horribly lost.
Okay. Just drop the portal and come to my portal, Fern.
Where's the fun in that?
Okay. So other good news. On Tuesday is the big dev live stream for version 1.2 for Grim Dawn, and they are dropping the number 10 as hints for like a month. And we're assuming that means October 10th seems to be the most popular interpretation for the patch date. So that's going to be up and coming.
Hopefully we'll find out what is in this patch come this live stream. We know
Yeah.
some of what's in there, but not everything.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of quality of life and technical stuff, so we don't know if they're adding any more content or anything like that.
Yep. Oh, I totally forgot about one thing I did this week.
Oh?
Absolutely should be mentioned. I conned Dabo into something.
Oh, here we go.
So
You mean you
remember-
asked and he said okay because he always does?
Yeah, and he has money now, so I could. This was the hard part. I had to con $7 out of him
$7?
because it was on sale right now. So remember how in PSO2 I really liked that wedding dress?
You do.
Yeah.
So you know how in Final Fantasy XIV the only way to get one is to get somebody else to spend $7 on a stupid little band and go through a ceremony? We did.
You married Avo. I'm appalled.
That's okay. I'll file for divorce afterwards. Yeah, you can file for divorce like immediately.
Okay, but don't you lose the buffs?
You lose the ring that lets you teleport to each other.
Oh, okay. Is that, I thought you'd get a passive buff for being near each other as well.
No, you just get the ring that lets you teleport to each other.
Okay.
I'm nauseated and appalled.
But you got a wedding
I
dress
am
out
considering this a systemic way to acquire fashion rather than anything related to a marriage.
So does every guy who tries to marry another guy for tax breaks.
Oh dear, oh dear.
You know, in the world of Eorzea,
The world of Eorzea.
I am willing to bet the vast majority of marriages are same-sex marriages for fashion reasons.
Or just because they want the
Well,
ring.
yes, largely because everybody plays a female character.
So that was
Except Fern.
Yeah.
And all of the other furries.
So yes, while it was on sale, I conned him into it so that I could get a wedding dress glamour to use for
Yes.
some of my characters sometimes.
I can half imagine you bursting on a Discord and say, "Hey, Evo, you want to get married?"
No. It did go something along the lines of, you know what? I got an idea.
Oh no,
Because it came up in the middle of a glamour discussion.
this hole has teeth.
I'm shocked and appalled at your behavior.
So we should go and get those outfits.
He didn't actually want the outfit. He wants the cake.
Oh, for your house.
Like for his house.
Because he's got that little bakery in his house.
Right.
So he wanted the cake.
I'm still shocked and appalled.
The true reason people get married is for cake.
Yeah, I can guarantee you that love is dead in Eorzea, and most marriages are for convenience, fashion, or cake, or to complete the mount collection.
Yes,
What
because
is
you got the 2-seater mount that goes with it.
It's too hard to find my rusty
But
open
you actually get a
portal.
fair bit of stuff for going through with it.
Yeah, you get a bunch of junk.
Whee!
So yeah. It also bugs me on our Eorzea collection every time the stupid shoes from the wedding dress are used in the outfit.
Which is all the time.
Which is always
Yeah, which is all the time. And if I want to use that outfit as a base and customize it, the boots are usually a non-negotiable option.
yeah.
So this scheme had been in the planning for a while, and as soon as the sale went up, it was time to execute.
What else is on that sale, by the way?
The reality is that while I am shocked and appalled at his behaviour, if he'd asked me, I probably would have said okay as well, so that I had the glamour parts.
Yeah.
I figured
for the mount.
you would be. I figured you would be shocked and appalled. So I didn't bother trying to pull the scheme on you. So everything is currently on sale for Final Fantasy XIV in the shop that is not tied to a seasonal event.
I should probably go and look, because there have been a couple of bits and pieces that I've thought, well, that would be nice to have if I was going to build a glamour, but I will wait for a sale.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't say no to having the...
Oh no, I've made a mistake. Somebody
save
save me.
Where
Somebody save me.
Oh,
I'm
goodness.
stuck.
He got that way. God, this city, yo.
I'm stuck.
Hang on.
No, it's too late for me.
I'll drop. Well, I don't know where your corpse is.
That's okay. I just died, but I dropped my portal in the same place, so it's fine.
So yes, because this is not a proper ceremonied wedding ceremony, that is actually for the getting married part. Invitations were not sent out. It's set at like 11 o'clock in the morning my time, 11 o'clock in the evening my time on Monday. And we have the Papaya song set as the wedding music.
Well, I mean, of course you do. I'd be shocked and appalled if you didn't.
Well, Hildebrand's another option we could have picked.
Yeah.
Like the closing credits theme.
Like Inspector Hildebrand or Agent Inspector or whatever the song's called. The theme song. Dur, 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 dur.
The original one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the end credits running on the beach version.
Yeah, not that one. The original Realm Reborn theme version. Dudes came out of this house. Okay, they're all dead.
Okay.
I got a portal down, Vol, if you're lost. Oh, I see you.
Alright.
So, that tangent aside, I find the whole situation incredibly hilarious, and the fact that I finally got somebody to con into it, so I'm getting a stupid wedding dress, is,
Shocking and appalling.
Yes.
but totally in character for me.
Totally. And you get some
I
really...
didn't say anything about whether it was in character for you or not. It was just shocking and appalling.
You just get some really sweet boots out of it, though.
I do like those shoes.
I died again.
On that note, actually, we've got the Moogle Tombstone event starting... All right.
Oh, this is a incredibly lucrative Moogle Tombstone.
Oh,
event if
yes,
you've got
it
time.
is.
You can get some
time,
really...
though.
Yeah, this one you can get some really rare stuff in, and the Tombstone drop rates are doubled.
Yes. Which is
Just don't
good because
have
there's
the
a lot
time.
of stuff you want to get in there.
We can like spam some
Oh,
rival
fine.
wings or something during next week's show to try and get some tombstones for us.
Oh, is
We
Rival Rings really the most efficient?
No,
Yes.
I don't think it is, actually.
Oh.
This one. I think some of the... doing the... what you call it?
There are no
The
low
Alliance
level
raid.
dungeons or yeah, no, it's not. Rival Wings is faster. Rival Wings is 4 minutes.
Okay. Rival
Rival
Wings
Rings
is
is also awful.
Rival Rings is also awful.
Rival
It's
Wings
not-
is only
It's
awful.
not because there's anything intrinsically bad about Rival Wings. It's the fact that there are other people in Rival Wings and all of them are bad at Rival Wings.
Yeah, nobody
Yeah,
knows what they're doing.
The problem with Rival Wings, and the way you fix Rival Wings, by the way, is you get in the oppressor and don't let anybody else on your team touch it.
And then just
and
go
at
and
least
missile
control-
things.
And at least control one half of the oppressors and learn how to pilot it. And then Rival Wings is fun again because you don't have your oppressors wandering around the middle of the map knowing this game's a lost cause.
Yeah, oppressors go up the lane and they shoot the base. That is what oppressors do. They don't do anything else.
Yep. So yeah, we can try and burn some tomes doing that next week, and I will just play Giant Robot.
Yeah, playing Giant Robot. Giant Robot is fun.
Wings.
But-
Rival Wings.
Rival Rings.
At least the
Okay,
tome
this is
drop
all
rates
black
are-
for me because I
Okay.
took a wrong turn,
Okay,
so I have to go back down.
Okay, so you're this way. Okay. There's not much here.
Yeah, but I still need
So-
I still need a mullet.
Like, some of the stuff in there, it's like all of the Kamui mounts, all of them.
Oh, they got a Shadowbringers mount in there.
Yeah, they got Shadowbangers in there.
This is the first time a Shadowbringers trial mounts in the thing. They
Yeah.
have the Warrior of Light triple triad card,
Yes.
which is stupidly hard to get.
Yep.
And I don't have it yet. It's like I got the achievement for getting all the cards, and I don't have Warrior of Light yet.
Gotta go get that one. Because
Yeah.
there's two Warrior of Light ones, isn't there? There's that one, and then there's Shadowbangers, Warrior of Light.
Yeah, there's Shadowbangers. There's Elidibus is one, and then there's I think we already went in here. Oh no, that's for a side quest later.
So yeah, this is vanilla Warrior of Light.
Yeah, OG.
OG.
Okay, let's go back to Steel Cap, I think. Either way, I need some prep. So
Yeah, all the Kamuis, a bunch of other mounts. Honestly, the Fat Cat umbrella is kind of neat.
Yep.
I'm not sure I'd ever actually use it, but it's kind of neat.
So yeah, very lucrative event coming up if you got some minutes and you want to pad out some of your collectibles. Also, the Verdant Partition is up.
Yes.
You remember that thing I about murdered myself trying to get?
Yes.
The one I had to get like several.
Oh, did he? Uh-oh.
But he disconnected.
Oh, Pickle?
Pickle.
We resumed. Discord just
You had a-
threw up.
You had an Australia moment, I
I did
think.
have an Australian moment because internet.
Yeah. So yeah.
So yeah,
Final Fantasy has a lucrative week coming up, which is good because there hadn't been a whole lot of reason for daily play on Final Fantasy. So I've been off the game, other than to log in and send the subs out and keep them leveling up. I haven't really been logging in. So it'll be nice to have a incentivized reason to hop on and play again. I've been wanting to play again. I just hadn't had anything really that I want to grind. Ava tried to talk me into Eureka, but
Eureka.
No. Is ethereal mutagen a crafting item?
Does it look like it's a? I think I know what that is. Yes.
Well, it's purple, but so are quest items. So
it's a crafting item. It's a pretty important one too, and it's really rare.
All right. In that case, we should probably start looking at wrapping up.
Yep.
We're getting close to time.
Yeah, there's a bunch of other topics, but we can save them for next week. I don't know if we said it, but thanks for the email, Serathis. I always try to say that every week because we really do appreciate it.
Yeah, he said that he thought of something else he wanted to include in the email like 5 minutes after he sent it.
Yeah, feel free to send us another one. We will read it. Fern, are you now maybe able to mostly make the show again?
Mostly. I do still have one more Drunk Cowboy event to go.
When's that?
Which is in 2 weeks?
2 weeks, okay.
2 weeks, yeah. And then things should settle down. Well,
this has been No Excuses playing through pretty much the entirety, except for the final dungeon of Act 6 in Grim Dawn, the second half of the first expansion. And getting lost in buildings.
Yeah, this whole area is just a maze. Why? Why do they do this?
Well, it's sort of impressive in all the wrong ways.
It is. It is definitely impressive, but I still hate it.
You
know level design is quite intricate. It's just like mind-bending as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just requires a bit more attention than you're used to when you're navigating Grim Dawn.
Yeah.
And this is the easy version. The one in the Skelly Key door over back in the base game in Port Mammoth. That's what they pulled the design from. It has an area like this, except it's 20 times worse, despite being way, way smaller.
It's much denser.
There are buildings everywhere, and you can enter every single one, and most of them don't go anywhere. But the map will tell you they do. And you have to crisscross over catwalks that look identical over the middle of that run over the middle of the walkways in the streets. And there's aether poop everywhere.
Yay!
Just the whole thing, aether poop. It is the worst Skeleton Key dungeon. I've run it about 10 times and still don't have all the notes. I'm salty. I've still got to get one note from there, and I cannot get that boss to drop it.
He just won't.
He just won't. I got like the ultimate exclusive notes left to get on my Arcanist, and the that one drop in that Skelly Key dungeon, and that's it for the notes that are not random. Oh man. So yeah. All right. Y'all got any closing comments before I send us out of here?
I am looking forward to things to hopefully settle down again soon. But on the plus side, no more heavy lifting of incredibly dusty relics.
Yes. All right. You got anything, Paul?
No. I need to hire more people. Because people keep resigning because I don't have a government money printer, so I can't compete.
But money go burr.
Yeah, but only the government can make the money go burr. I can't make the money go burr.
Incidentally, this is the only portal that's not letting me activate. No idea why.
The one. Oh, because this one is tied to a quest. You have to. We had to come here and turn the town on by clearing out the portal.
Right. Get the credit for it for.
Oh, because you're not on the quest.
Because I'm not on the quest.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I probably got the breadcrumbs for it. So yeah. All right.
Alrighty.
Let's get out of here, shall we?
That's all we got, folks. We'll see you next week. Sayonara. Bye-bye.